westward trailing of AGWEEDO. There are 3 moons orbiting AGWEEDO. 2 are asteroid size, and each individually harbor both ICW Scout and naval bases. AGWEEDO is the ICW capital of the region and holds a governorship facility. The star system is binary, with a mid-sized yellow primary star and a small red dwarf orbiting 65 astronomical units away. The system has a total of 5 gas giants of varying size, several belts, rocky worlds, and 1 corrosive infernal world. AGWEEDO sits in the 4th orbit comfortably in the habitable zone. The world is about 7,000 miles in diameter and has a gravity of 0.9 g. It makes 1 rotation at 17.4 standard hours and orbits its star at 421 rotations. There is a slight axial tilt with very mild seasons. Otherwise, the world is temperate warm. The atmosphere is standard dense, but perfectly breathable for humans without any type of assistance. The planet is covered by 40% hydrographics in the form of several large seas and extensive large freshwater river networks. The terrain is a combination of tropical jungles and forests surrounded with seas and river networks. The other regions are mountains, prairies, and extensive desert land. There is a population of 3.2 billion inhabitants, primarily humanity, based on the world, and another 2.2 billion on the industrial moon. The population lives in large metropolis cities near the seas, rivers, and mountain bases. There's a large industrial and agricultural base with very large rural nature preserves. The planet has extensive natural flora and fauna, with some of it being sole Earth imported. The government is an impersonal bureaucracy governed by agencies which are insulated from the government. The world is actually controlled by the coalition on every level. It is a pure coalition world, not just a member state. The law is that of personal concealable firearms are prohibited, such as pistols and revolvers, but permits to open carry may be granted for a fee, but it's frowned upon. The world and its capabilities enjoy a tech level 12 capacity that's equivalent to a well-established interstellar society. So you guys are on the ground port of AGWEEDO, and you've just been commissioned your ship. You're just searching it over. Somehow you know each other. Somehow you've hooked up and you hired these guys as your crew, Glenn. You can figure that part out. You have the money that you have. The ship is paid for, and you have enough life support for 1 full trip for each stateroom, and that's it. So you have what you have. You are in the main starport. The world is temperate. It's beautiful. You're in a bay there, and it's up to you now. Where do you want to go, or what do you want to do?
Sorry, first thing, we want to buy cargo.
You want to buy cargo?
Yep, and we want to fuel up and all that sort of good stuff.
Okay.
So I've got 20,000 credits.
Here we go. Touchy time. I've got 29,000.
I got 8,000.
After my purchases, I still got about 22,000 left. Life of crime, whatever.
So this world is
probably all in my mattress.
Because of the moon, it's considered industrial. The moon is considered industrial, but it's also a rich world. But the moon orbiting makes it an industrial rich world.
AGWEEDO?
AGWEEDO itself is, yeah, it's high population. CA, no, it's not. It's not rich. CA, industrial and agricultural.
What's CA so the moon for again? Sorry,
I forget what it stands for. Jesus.
Capital.
It's a capital.
Yep, capital.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweet.
That's correct.
What's the full stats then? I think you mentioned the characteristics, but in stats, what would
784,995-C.
Got it.
784,995-C. I've got high industrial and agricultural, so you can get the bonuses on any of that. And let's see what we have available for you. Oh, you have radioactives, which are 1 million credits at base price, and they're
Yeah.
We got enough for that, right?
Not again. Not that like that other time in the other game. I was,
2
and I
tons.
was, and I was stupidly saying it would last, years if we,
And
when we hibernated, it was still all there.
And we sold it for killing.
yeah, you're not going to get a price on that. There's 2 tons there, and it looks like it's industrial. If we subtract the industrial, non-industrial -3. We'll say it's on the world. We'll give you a -3 to the roll. Yeah, you can get those, but you can get them for like 400,000 each. But the problem is you don't have the money, so you can't get those. Let's see what else is available.
Hang on, who needs the left arm?
There's a lot of stuff. 55. Armored vehicles at 70,000 each.
We could get one.
You could get
If we're
one,
lucky.
but you have to buy them in a packet,
Mm.
and there's 4.
Oh,
So they want to
groovy.
sell the packet, and there's 4. Outside of armor, you seem to be pretty out of luck. But there is freight available. There is freight available, and it's freight that needs to be packaged, and it's a jump 2 away, and there is some interest in going to Lente. So you can load up your cargo bay for 64,000. You have enough freight for Lente, which is 2 jumps away, and you have some interest for passage to Lente. But right
What's
now,
our tonnage of freight?
the freight is standard freight at 1,000 a ton, and it's just standard freight. But you have somebody there; they're willing to pay you, and it's standard supplies that they want to send to Lente. So it's just standard stuff.
Yeah, but how
And
many
it's-
tons? How many tons is it?
They have so many tons they can fill your ship full.
Oh, okay.
Whatever-
We got
Fill it up.
64 tons of space there.
have
Okay.
64 tons of space.
Mhm.
And then somebody's with carousing, or who's got the ability
I've got streetwise.
streetwise. Does
I
anybody
got carousing.
have an admin? Just take a
I
peek
do at 0.
at admin 0. Okay. Pierre, would you make a roll for us?
Ooh, okay.
What's your intelligence?
It is 8.
Okay. Make a straight roll. Let's see what you get. Roll it on the page and see what you have. 7. A little bit under. Well, you found let's see. You're not able to fill the ship, but you got 12 people that are interested in low bursts, and you have 3 mid passages that are interested in going to Lente, and other people have decided to go other ways, but you can because it's a jump too. You have to make 2 jumps to make this trip, so you're kind of bottlenecked here. You have no payments due, and you already have fuel. The ship was given you completely fueled.
Can we advertise for unwanted children?
Does somebody else want
Slaves.
to make a stab at the other 8 low bursts in the other 2 passages? The other 2 staterooms? Well, actually 3. How are you bunking? You have 6 staterooms for guests, and you guys, there's 5 of you and there's 4. Are the gunners sharing a stateroom?
Yeah.
You're
What? I got a share?
Yeah.
All right, I'll share.
It's that easy, Captain. It's that easy.
So John's gunners share a stateroom, but the pilot, the medic, sensors guy, and of course the captain have their own. Because you guys, so there's
I'll share with this guy. He's got nice glasses.
you have 3 empty staterooms and 8 empty low bursts. You have carousing skills, so you could go with Pierre, and you guys can try to see if you can rouse up some more. What's your carousing is socializing, so I'll let you take a roll on that. What's your carousing skill, Justin? +3?
Me, I got a 3, but I'm not that smart. So I'm like minus on intellect. Or am I?
What is your intelligence?
Intelligence is the 4th one.
I can't see his. I don't have his character.
Intellect is 5, education is 4, so that would be a -1, -1.
-1. We're not worried about education. I'm just worried about intellect. What's your social?
6, so straight.
6 is straight, -1. Roll 2d6 plus 2. Roll it on there. You get a +2 to that. Let's see what you come up with.
Let's see if I find some people. Oh,
6 plus 2. No such luck. You guys, this is all you got. You got no such luck. They don't seem like.
I'll just check with my any
you just
buddies
weren't
out of the Navy.
interested, guys.
See if they need passage.
It's a big world, though.
Yeah, I'll just
Right
see.
now, and everything is pretty far away. It's a big world. I mean, most people are they've already got passage, or they're more interested in going faster with the far trader, with the 2 parsec gap. So you guys are kind of undesired because it takes longer, but you do have some passage, and they're paying you standard mid passage. And let's see, what is that? 8,000. And we're gonna say, because it's 2 jumps, we're gonna double that up. You're gonna get 16, just to make it simple, per parsec. Because it's 2 jumps, you're gonna get 16,000 per passage. Then you can do the math, Glenn. Figure out a ledger. I forgot what your payment is. It's 1/240th of 37 million. What would that be?
Yeah, the low berth is what, 1,000?
Low berths are
And the
1,000
mid-
apiece. So that would be 12,000.
Yeah, and the mid passage is 1,600
Yeah,
apiece.
8,000. Okay.
8 and then 10 for high.
Oh,
37
8,000.
million divided by 240 makes 154,166 repeating. So 154,166.6666666.
Hold on.
We got to really come up with pennies.
37.2 million.
We got these coins that look like 2/3 of a coin, look like Pac-Man.
How much is the ship? Yeah, is that right?
You said 37 million?
37 million. What is it? I gotta look at his character. I forgot. No, he's got it on there. $37.62 million. So 37,600,200,000. Yeah.
$37,620,000. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And so I'll just readjust.
That's divided by 240, right?
Yeah, and I got the calculator up, and it would be
56,750 credits is your mortgage.
yeah, that's it.
6,750 credits is what you need to pay.
Pierre,
And there it
you want to
is.
be the accountant?
Yeah, that's monthly.
Correct.
Wow, that's huge.
Better
I'm
start
going to use my
thinking.
Streetwise. I want to use my Streetwise to see if we can get some illicit cargo.
Woot. Go
Ooh,
Captain.
illicit cargo. Well, you're gonna have to put, if you get any illicit cargo, you're gonna have to store it in the empty staterooms, if there's any, because you're gonna have to sneak it and store it. Your cargo bay is already full. You've committed to. You've committed. So, what's your streetwise skills?
I got a Streetwise of 1, and I've got an intelligence of 8.
Good job, Steve. Thanks for doing this.
It's okay.
Appreciate
So
it.
just +1.
Streetwise of 1 and intelligence of 8. This is going to be a difficult task because you guys have been striking out, and you're on a high populated, high law level, pretty clean cut world. But I'm going to let you make a roll at it. So, streetwise of 1, you need a 10 or higher, but you get a +1 to the roll.
Okay.
So make a roll.
Let me get back to it. Okay. Wow, a 10.
Okay. Bam, 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 bam.
What illicit substances did you find?
What you did find is there's these pretty straggly looking dudes. They look kind of like they could borderline be drug addicts. I mean, skinny. They look pretty wiped out and a little bit tweaked. And they have a ton or two of drugs, but they're highly illegal drugs, probably something more on the lines of methamphetamine or something on the lines of some sort of high dose drugs, and there's a demand for those drugs on a world. And they are willing, if you transport them on delivery, they are willing to pay you. You have 2 tons. There's 2 tons of these things, and they're willing to pay you 400,000 credits straight upright to get these drugs. The problem is, though, you have to worry about inspections. You have to worry about things. And what they suggest is they can hide them in furniture, varying furniture that you could put into the staterooms. So they'll fit into 2 staterooms. Like they can be hid in like couch type of supplies or whatever, and you could set them up in the staterooms, the empty staterooms, and then lock or latch the doors. So, but they give you. You're going to get paid on delivery though, and if you screw them, they're taking down. You'll have friends looking for you because they want these. These are high end. Some of them are fast drugs, combat type drugs, and they're type of like a high end amphetamine. And there's still some soldiers and some mercs, and there's some crazy people that want those on Lente, in the Lente system where you're headed. So there's no cash up front, but they want you. So you get no money on this. It's probably worth a fortune, way more than you even imagine. But they want a commitment, and they want your credentials, and they want your ship codes in case something goes wrong. They can track you down. And it's kind of some very illicit.
We'll be glad to take them, but I'm not about to give them my ship codes.
Well, they want to be able to have recognition of your ship, so that in case something goes wrong, because they're putting high-end merchandise in your ship and they're trusting you to get it there. So that's part of the deal.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. They're not gonna be able to hijack my ship.
No. It's just to know it's your ship. They want you the transponder information, not to access your ship.
Oh well, they can get the transponder information when we turn the transponder on. Yeah.
They want to be able to get the VIN numbers to your ship so they can track it if you land or if you are somewhere. If you jet or you boogie on them and try to sell it, and they need that insurance.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so that's the deal. So you shake on the deal. There'll be a guy down at the bay. He's going to be bringing a truck. They'll move it into the staterooms you want. So you want to keep those spare staterooms off level, but you're looking at 400,000 credits. But you're also
I'll get the engineer's got mechanic skill. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the engineer to help hide the stuff.
No, you don't. You don't make me complicit.
It's already put in a couple different couches that you can put in the stateroom. So they've already hit it.
I'll help move the furniture, but I don't want to know what's in the furniture.
Okay, so you can shift it around, but you have
plausible deniability.
You have 3 passengers. So you have to make a double jump, and then they have the location and the information. The disc will give you directions, and they gave you a disc with corresponding codes to where to get to the location that you need to go to.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, cool. So we fuel up. Make sure we got plenty of food, water, all that sort of good stuff.
You don't have to fuel up. You were given the ship with a full load of fuel, and you also have life support. Someone keep track of life support too? I do it a trip is 2 lots, which would be 2 jumps. The trip is both ways. So you have enough right now. How many people are on the ship? There's you 5,
plus 8. The low berth.
8. You have 20 lots, and you're using 8. 20 trips. So actually, you'll use 16. Wait a minute. Is that right? 5, 8, 10. Yeah, you're going to use 16 lots, which is you'll have to get life support at Lentil, because a lot is a trip, which is a jump both ways, which is 2 weeks.
So the low berths have their own life support, presumably.
The low berth is $100. You don't only have to pay that once because they're already frozen. For me, in my game, you just replace the chemicals that hibernate a person for 100 credits. So that's good.
Antifreeze in the veins.
Oh.
Yeah, the chemicals that keep you frozen. And we do have a medic. He has a medical gear. He's a medic too, so we can do that count later.
Okay, so how many have we got in low berth?
How many did I say you had? You had 12 in low berth.
12 in low berth. Okay, I'm starting the pot. I'm putting 100 in. Anyone wants to join me, and I'm going to take 11.
You mean 11 die or 11 live?
11 stay alive. This is low berth
Okay.
lottery. I'm going for 11 and put my 100 credits in. Anyone joining me?
You also have a medic too.
The medic should not bet.
A real low roll for anyone to die. Okay.
No one willing to take the bet? Go with a different number?
I'd be the medic. I can't bet.
Yeah.
You
What
can't
about
bet
the rest of you?
Anybody else?
What about the rest of you oddballs?
I must be strictly neutral. Oops! And I
Yeah.
tear off tubing where gushing blue antifreeze fluid all over me.
Wait, so how many are there?
There's 12.
12.
I've already taken 11.
12.
I think it would be unethical for the captain to bet on the low berth.
Yeah, I'm going to say they all make it. What's the in? 100?
100 credits.
Yeah. I'll say
Sweet.
they all survive.
Okay, you got the 12. Look at the other gunner and say, hey, Jug, what about you?
I wanted to take 12. I wanted to take 12. So can I join Sid? Then we can.
You'd share the pot in that case. Yeah.
When all come out safe.
Okay, that's cool. Just remember, closest one wins. Oh, no, it doesn't. It actually just jackpots.
Okay.
So Pierre, have you got the accounting?
For the low lottery, I didn't.
No, for the cargo.
I've got the low lottery. There's 3 of us.
Like 300.
Yep.
Do you have the accounting for the cargo?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Okay.
Who had it?
You want me to read it? You want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
Can you do the accounting? Do you mind doing the accounting?
I guess
I'm not really in a position to do the accounting right now.
Okay.
Okay, the freight is 64 tons at 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the freight is 64 tons at 1,000 a ton, so 64,000. Right. The low berth is 12 low berths at 1,000 each, so 12,000.
Is that 1,000 per parsec? We're going 2 parsecs.
Well, we'll do that because you guys got to make on that. But you're only getting 1,000. You're not getting the freight twice. You got to jump.
Okay, so the 12 low berths will be double that then.
And the mid passages, the 3. We're gonna just do that for accounting reasons to compensate for 2 jumps.
All right, so
that'll be 16,000 3.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Three mid passages.
3.
8,000 per jump. So that'd be
48,000.
48,000. Okay.
Yeah, 2448. Right.
Okay.
And then
so that
the illicit cargo was 400,000. Correct.
Oh, okay.
You also.
We got it. We agreed to it.
Well, you didn't pay for that yet.
We didn't get that yet.
That money hasn't come yet. You have to get it delivered.
Right, but write it down.
Okay, value
so
of 4,000 credits. But it's like 3 so far.
There's a twist that could be a twist to a twist, right, Steve? You know how that goes.
What's the law level on
Did
it?
anyone actually check the furniture?
The law level where?
Lente?
Lente, where you're headed. The law level
is a C, a 9, sorry. It's a 9.
Where are we going looking at?
9, so even higher.
It's a high law level.
It's a water world, guys, just so you know.
So if we're being chased, we got a whole ocean to flush down the drugs in.
Yep.
It only has 70% water.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, but.
No, it's a water world.
Okay.
A97A9. A is the starport
Oh,
planet.
we're looking
Yep.
at it.
Nine,
Yeah,
nine,
or-
five,
We're pursued by aerial interceptors, and we have to dump the drugs. It freezes in the upper atmosphere and then melts again. And so it's raining meth. Hallelujah.
All right, so so our starting cash, we started out. I put in 20,000.
How much did you want me to put in?
Steve put in. I thought you put in like 29.
I've got up to 29.
wait a minute. Are you guys all
Cool.
doing ship shares, or are you paying them salaries?
Well, we're gonna pay them salaries, but we need to make some money so I can pay them back.
Oh, you're borrowing money from them to get started. Okay.
Yeah, we got to borrow money to get started. And then Pierre, you had, what was it? Did you have 20 or 28,000?
I had about 28,000. So, okay. So your character would be, where was it? Ugh.
My character is Kelly.
Oh yeah, Calmaros. Calmaros
Calmaros.
Rodrigo. Okay.
Yeah.
And you put in
Okay.
20,000 for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I put in 29.
Let me fill my coffee cup or something like that.
So that's 49 plus your 28 would be 60.
My
70.
28. Wait, I don't have. Let me see what I can put in. And it's just prorated shares, isn't it? So, I'm going to put in a
We'll do it
figure. I'll put in a figure of around 20,000 even. 20,000 even.
All right, so that makes 68. I'll give us 4,000 left over.
Okay. Who?
And the freight, you know, I haven't.
Cowboy and Jug. What are they giving?
I only have 8,000 because I spent it all on combat armor.
I've got
Okay.
lint in my pocket. You can have.
Lint. I gave up.
Expensive lint.
I gave up.
How much do we have to raise?
We've got it. We need to raise 64,000.
Okay, we got 69,000 in total here. Was it Stony 29,000? You said.
Yep.
Okay, so we got 69,000 in funds, and 64,000 is to pay for what? Just
Cargo. Right.
The cargo will pay you.
All right. Okay. Cargo's paid. 5,000 left in this fund.
So this is like trade goods, right? Let's see. Or how do they?
Mostly freight.
What do they call it freight.
Freight. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the usual stupid shit that they buy because it comes from another world. You know, little plush dolls that say "Mama," that sort of thing.
We'll make a killing.
Okay, most commercial starships carry cargoes, common carriers, flat charger rate, $1,000 or 1,000 credits per ton for the service. So we don't have to buy we don't have to buy the freight. We charge them 1,000 credits per ton
Yeah, it's not your freight.
It's back.
It's
to carry
hauling.
the freight. Okay,
Yeah,
so we don't have to
It's
buy.
back.
We don't have to buy the
No.
freight.
Oh no.
You don't
No.
even need to put any money together. You don't have to pay for anything. You have life support fuel.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
and if
cool.
you get the CL, Glenn, you don't. I mean, you guys are burning. You're going to make enough on this to actually make your payment, but you're burning 2 weeks because it's 2 jumps.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if you had to buy
So-
the freight or whether it was just
Yeah.
that's what you made.
So we
Okay,
didn't need to put
so-
money in.
Yeah,
No,
there's no
we
need
don't.
for a fund. Everybody gets their cash back.
Sorry,
Okay, good.
sorry.
So,
But there
okay,
is
you guys
there is a small handling charge.
Is there?
Take-
And I've got a little bit of an interest
What?
charge on the money I just loaned you. I'm
What?
sure my interest charge is going to be a little bit more than your handling charge, Captain.
I need that money to
Those
bet
are-
on that no one dies.
That was the handling charge into my pocket charge. Yeah.
My interest is in my other hand with my large rubber mallet. And I don't mean hurting you. I mean something in the ship might go wrong. And I'm sure it'll cost way more than my 29,000 to repair.
Do we have any extra cold berths that are not being used?
8. But you do need your engineer. If you run the ship without an engineer, this isn't a 100-ton ship.
No. I was more thinking about if we had passengers that became unruly.
No, you have 8 empty low berths, absolutely, and you have the fuel. You're fine. You have 8 empty low berths.
Okay.
I'm doing a scene like in Firefly where I Jimmy open a crate and I say, "What is this junk?" Oh, look, little package says Rubik's Parallelepiped. Huh? I can never figure out this crap. Puts it back, nails the crate shut again or whatever.
So you guys are all loaded up. You're fueled up. You're getting ready to leave, and you're getting ready to go. So all of a sudden, there's a naval officer, and the Starport Patrol is over by you, and they want to talk to you. They said, "Hello, Captain. How are you?" So it's all of a sudden you have it looks like security, and they just want to talk to you, and they're asking you what's going on. So how are you going to handle that? There's a guy.
Yeah, I'll go out.
Captain, I was in the Navy. I'm a lieutenant.
Who's the high admin?
I'll take the engineer. I'll take the engineer with me.
Right.
Okay.
And
No,
we'll
speak
go out
out
and
of that English.
All right, so they seem to be nonchalant. They say, "Well, we've noticed some shady characters around here. I don't know if you've noticed anything, so we're just curious about that. They seem to have been around here. Do you know these individuals?" And then they show you some pictures of the guys, and it's not on film, but these are the guys who just dropped off the couches and the different supplies in your equipment. So how are you going to approach or handle these? Do you know these individuals?
Wow. It's a starport. It's kind of filled with shady characters, isn't it?
Well, they've been around these 2 bays, so we're concerned about some issues there. So you have streetwise. What other skills do you have? Your social standing?
I got streetwise, and my social standing is.
And okay.
So
Ryan, what's your character? Steve, what does your character have? It's just you and Steve talking to them right now. Steve,
Yeah, I'm just hanging back at the moment. My streetwise is 3. I don't have any social skills. I'm actually in my mechanics.
You got a streetwise 3?
Yep, and I'm a lieutenant. That's right. I did it the hard way.
Since you're a lieutenant and you have streetwise, I'm gonna.
I don't have any streetwise.
What are your skills?
Social standing 3. No, I've got no social skills apart from jock 0.
Oh,
okay. So it's social standing 3, not streetwise 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're.
But you were in the Navy.
That's
so
right.
You have familiarity with the Navy. And what's your intelligence? Your intelligence is 6. Your education is 9.
Yeah.
I want you to make a 2d6 roll for me. You're going to try to deter them in a different direction because they're curious. They know that there's something shady with these guys, and they were around these 3 bays.
Yeah.
Depending on. So you need to make a 2d6 roll for me. Let's see, what did he get?
5.
Whoa. Oh.
I'll just say, I saw them. They were hanging around. And I point to one of the guys. Said, they were hanging around near the landing bays. I was just outside, just checking the retro thrusters.
Right.
They walked past. I think they were going through to landing. Well, they looked to me like they were heading to 49.
They seem to not be trustworthy of you. But
okay, I just rub my nose and smear a whole lot of grease all over my nose.
They don't realize that you're taking off in like 5-10 minutes. Well, we're going to have to come back and have some discussions maybe tomorrow, and they leave.
Sure.
But you're clear to take off right now. So they leave. They didn't realize that you're leaving, but you're clear to leave. Well, we'll have to have some discussion. They think you're still refueling or what are you doing, but you're clear to leave right now. So they just went away, planning on coming back in the morning and having another discussion with you.
And as they walk away, I say, typical
right
Navy.
hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, though. So you're clear to leave if you want.
Okay.
Typical
yeah,
Navy.
let's leave.
Okay, so we board the ship. You're getting ready to take off. A sensor roll, an engineering check. I need an engineering check, please.
Hi, coming up.
36 plus what's your skill? Plus
2, 8, just.
8. beautiful. The drives are clean. They're immaculate. Not an issue.
Yeah, right. I just got the mallet ready.
We need a pilot roll for takeoff and locating to jump points.
Okay. Well, this is a pilot roll.
Yep, and you are +2. 6 plus 2 is 6. Oh, it's a little bit bumpy, but it's a standard roll. You're not used to the controls yet. You hit a little friction. You kind of get a little turbulence. And everybody's like, what the hell are you doing?
I hit the intercom and say, Captain, you haven't scraped any paint off this, have you yet? Because you're
You
trying
pull
really
out of the
hard.
clouds, not an issue. You're clear to take off. Doesn't seem to be any major issue. And you have just exited out of the atmosphere. You're going to need to do, you're the navigator, but Pierre can do a sensors roll.
Right.
He can scan what's going on around there. Sensor roll +2. You're not exactly sure of these controls either, but everything looks clear. The lanes look clear.
Right.
Doesn't seem to
I'm
be
jumping in the gun turn.
traders, free traders. There's nothing. You're in a highly populated zone right here.
Yeah.
Watch out for big rocks coming our way, Gunners.
Hey, Stoney, hand me the mallet. Whap, 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 whap.
No, it's calibrated to the engines, not the
And at
sensors.
1G acceleration, what size is this world again? Ooh, I can't even remember.
You said 7.
7. Yeah, it's going to take you a little while. You only got 1G. This is just a regular deal.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So we put the turret the
348
gunners on
minutes.
alert.
To jump location.
Okay.
I'll just be monitoring the
Well,
engines. get everything ready.
we turn on the anti-hijack, and yeah.
Okay, your anti-hijack's on. There's no issues. This is a highly populated area, so there's a lot of patrol cruisers and coalition ships. I mean, there's 2 major bases here. This is like a hub. This is the capital world of the subsector, and you're heading more towards the frontier at this point. So you're about to get out. So it's just about 10 minutes to jump, and then you're getting a message on your transponder. Hey, wait a minute, we needed to talk to you. It was security. So, but you're able to punch the jump and ignore it if you choose. So you're at someone's trying to contact.
You want me to do the navigation roll?
Yeah. If you're going to ignore it, you're going to hit it. You can do the navigation roll. You have to do the navigation roll. Yours not a navigator.
Yeah. Yeah. We will.
You do the nav roll, and then I want you to
leave
do
the airspace.
pilot roll too.
All right. Well, the nav roll is a 13.
Beautiful. Boom. Gorgeous. And then you're going to do the standard 2d6 drive pilot roll. This is no bonuses. This is just straight. You don't want to get high, but anyway, you're running refined fuel now. But you're going to be running.
This is just the miss jump roll, which is
the explosion roll.
Fuck it up right now, I don't think. But if you,
I don't think you can mix it up if you got. Yeah. I mean, if I roll, what is it, an 18? I mean, I got to roll
13.
a 12 plus. Yeah, so I can't.
No, actually,
I can't
just do a pilot roll because at this point you have no minuses. So just do a regular pilot roll. Not the misjump roll. We'll do that later when you're running on refined fuel. Right now, your ship is totally clean, so you can't misjump. The pilot roll is 9. Beautiful. The jump drive fires. Boof! You're in jump drive.
Okay. Yeah. When that's engaged, I'll just check out the engine just to make sure things are still ticking over.
You're checking out the engine. But you have 3 passengers on board. One is an old man, and one's an older woman, and one's kind of an odd kid. Now, the old man and the old woman, they seem familiar. They're in the lounge and they're talking. But the odd kid, it's like he goes in his room and he doesn't seem to even want to come out. He doesn't want to even come out for meals. He's just kind of like in his quarters. And you don't know what's going on with the kid. He's just real silent, real gloom. And those are your 3 passengers that you have. They each have their own staterooms. The other 12 are soldiers that they're put in passengers. They would put into your Lober system.
How old is the kid?
The kid is about, I'd say he's maybe Justin's actual age, maybe 21, 22, young man.
Oh, so he's not really a
Yeah.
kid. All right, and he's not related to the passengers are not related to one another.
Their passengers are no relation to one another. But the old man and the woman, they're kind of hitting it off. The old man's probably in his 60s, and we'll say the woman's in her late 40s. But he's a schmoozer. He's like, you could tell, he's like trying to work on her. And he seems to be doing well at it. And he's like schmoozing, even though he's an old guy, he's schmoozing her, like trying to work her towards his quarters. So this is what you have going on over this next jump. But as a medic now, the ship is in jump. Your passenger, you're liable, and he doesn't seem to be coming out of his room, not even to eat. And I mean, it's been about over a day now. You're about a day or two into the jump. This guy's not even coming out of his room.
Well, first thing we do, I get the two security guys, and I introduce them to the two guys that are running drugs. Are my two security guys? Are they big guys?
Your two security guys are Jones and what's Justin's guy's name? Yeah.
Jug.
Yeah, look at their pictures. Yeah, they're some pretty rugged looking dudes. They're
right, well, I introduced them to the passengers, all of them.
Well, there's only 3, and
well, no, don't we have the two other guys that came with the drugs?
No, nobody came with the drugs.
Oh,
they stayed
just
back.
got the drugs. Oh, okay.
We got the furniture. That's what the staterooms are holding.
They did give you a cube or a disc that they want you to put in with information, but they don't want you to put that in until you reach the destination.
Yeah,
and that'll give you. So they're setting on their own. That's why they needed the information on your ship. They know you're coming there, and there's some concerns there. But now you're making a jump you're going to jump into the black. You have to make one jump into interstellar space and then re-jump again. So the first week is passing by, but this is what you have going on aboard the ship right now during the first jump. You got this old guy, one of the passengers, and he's working it. He's got her giggling and laughing. And you have this other kid, young man, who's solemn and gray. And he almost looks goth-like. He looks like just mean and depressed. He doesn't say much, but now he doesn't want to come out of his room, not even to eat.
Okay, well, I'll put the doctor on him and let the doctor deal with him. Use some kind of psychology or whatever.
House cleaning.
Oh crap, that's me, isn't it?
That's you.
I was wondering maybe like he could be something like an alien in disguise or something. Is there any way to turn sensors inward into the staterooms?
Well, you are an electrician and a computer. You could. That's invading privacy, but you do have access to all that. You can click that on.
I mean, we've got the anti-hijack.
Law of space.
Yeah, you could see what's going on in there. You're invading his privacy legally, but nobody knows you're doing that. So
I take out whatever Nintendo cartridge there was in the computer before, and then I lift the heavy Nintendo cartridge with anti-hijack, and this is 70s style computing, I guess, and I turn it on. I want to see, what can I tell about the state of the rooms? Like, can I tell a heat signature of a human from a non-human?
So you turn on your sensors to see what's going on. The camera that you have in that could see the room looks like it's been damaged. It's static. But you are able to pick up life sensors, and you do pick up thermal heat readings in the fresher. Looks like just sitting in the shower. The readings are a little bit cool. They're not 98.6 degrees. The readings are more like 85-ish. They're cooled down. They're not normal human temperature, but they're still warm. There's still warmth there. And the stateroom is locked from the inside at this point, but you can override that.
I do some physics calculations. Would a cool shower? He's taking a cold shower. He is a normal human boy.
Shower's not running based on
running.
Analysis of the system. The fresher shower has not ran in better than a day. No water has been turned on in better than a day. The body is sitting, kind of laying. It's in the fresher, in the shower stall, kind of laying on floor, the man or the figure that you're picking up on the infrared screens. And that's what's up.
Yeah, I think that's a strong clue. So I'm gonna tell the captain, hey, you know, we got a ringer in here. I tell him about the 85-degree reading.
Okay. He said, well, yep.
That's interesting. And he hadn't eaten in a day or two.
He hasn't come out in better than a day. Yeah, it's been about a day and a half. He's missed all his meals, and you're into the second day. He was out the first day. You're about halfway through the jump, and your other guy, the old guy, the Don Juan, he's working on the middle-aged woman already. They seem to have disappeared, and he seems to have been working on that well. I think he's talked her into his stateroom or whatever. So that's what's been going on there. Then you got the other kids. So nobody's in the lounge, and you're not checking the scans on one or the other, but it looks like the woman and the man are in one or the other staterooms, or they're in their separate staterooms.
Good for them.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll kind of set up some shifts between the medic and the two security guys to kind of run security for the whole ship, and we'll leave the anti-hijack in the computer.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Medic, do you want to take a tray of food in to the kid? I mean, I'm a little disturbed that he has displaced the camera.
Yeah, he'll just make up some lame excuse that he brushed against something on the wall, or it fell off or something. The steward would normally deliver food. Who's our steward?
Cowboy.
That'd be me.
Okay. One quick question. Of the major alien races we know, who has a body temperature in that range?
Well, the reptilians can have it colder than that usually. They're more cold-blooded, but this is still above their range. So the body range is the temperature that you're picking.
Yeah, but it doesn't match the Greys or the Pleiadians or any of those you mentioned.
Greys, no. Well, you're gonna do a scan, or you're gonna do a library data analysis on races?
Yeah, I think we got a temperature range about 85, and I want to see what that may correspond to in terms of race catalog. There might be hundreds of races, though.
Could be
choosing. Do a computer.
If he chooses where.
What's your computer skill?
I got computer 1. You want me to roll it like that?
Computer roll. You're going to be checking the library data. Do a computer roll. Tell me what you come up with.
9.
9, not without a problem. There is a small salamanderish race that usually keeps their temperatures around there, but they're more of a core word type of region, and they're a minor race. And it doesn't seem to add up. Their figure, they have a tail, they stand upright, they kind of look like a Geico, like the Geico commercial, but a little bit bigger. And the body range doesn't match. Outside of that, you don't pick up anything else on that.
Okay.
There's some other race, other variant, but it doesn't seem to match. It doesn't seem to match the alien signature.
Well, if he's a non-human, if he's disguising himself, it's no different from any other passenger, whether he's causing trouble or not. So I mentioned it to the captain. The steward could find out more. The steward can legitimately deliver food to the room.
Yeah, I think maybe the way to handle it is for Cowboy
in there, Coach.
Deliver. Yeah, I think having Cowboy deliver some food and have the medic kind of close at hand.
Are you both going together, or are you going to have Cowboy deliver ahead?
Yeah, just have Cowboy deliver ahead.
I say Cowboy deliver it alone and just see what he can see and then leave. That's all. 2 people is suspicious.
Okay,
I mean,
well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that the staterooms surround the lounge area, right? So if the medic is in the lounge area doing something else, he's close at hand in case Cowboy needs backup.
Yeah.
For
Well,
some
what would I
reason.
be doing? Stethoscoping the sofas or what?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah,
Taking care of the plants.
Make sure the sofa is on or
or
left.
watching TV or anything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's allowed.
They know
right?
that I'm
Could be
busy with
having a
my
martini.
duties, you know.
Okay, so the steward, you're going in. What are you carrying with you? How are you dressed?
Normal clothes. I've got
Do you have that French maid outfit or?
no.
You look quite good in that. You know, from the back, you look quite hot. I've got to say.
No,
On
I
the front,
basically look like that picture with a cigarette in mouth. Blade in one. Got my SMG somewhere.
He only looks hot because the uniform won't close in back.
There you go. There you go.
So Pierre, you release the door. You go in, and there's a mist. There's like an incest mist that comes out of the room, and the colors are kind of dark. And there's this mellow repeat of harmonic music. It's like repeating itself. So you walk on in the room. You step into the fresher, and you see him there. He's sitting Indian style, and he seems to be in some kind of deep meditative state. Are you going to check him out? You're going to do a medic skill? Or do a medic roll.
Yeah. Okay, he doesn't notice we're in here.
He's like a statue. Do a medic roll.
Well, okay.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do some cleaning in here.
Still not against the rules.
You pick it up right away. You look at your medical diagnostics equipment. It appears that this young man has awareness, and he's in a deep hibernative state. He doesn't want to be dealt with. He's out cold. Doesn't seem to be any type of issue. But you're kind of just irritated that he didn't let you know. But it seems that he's psionic, has some kind of awareness, which means he could also have incredible strength, or it could be versatile. And based on what you're predicting, you don't want to really want to disturb him, because if you wake him up out of his state, he could be violent. So I need another roll on how well you handled him. One more roll.
What kind of roll?
Just a medic. You can do another medic roll.
Okay.
He's out cold. So based on your analysis, there's not an issue with him. The best thing to do is leave him in his room and leave his incest, leave his shit on. He's not going to eat. He's not using much life support either. So, I mean, he is down to almost catatonic cold sleep, but not quite. His temperature's dropped enough. He's still alive, but he's barely breathing.
It's steamy. It's steamy in his room? That's weird. Okay.
Incense.
Oh,
it's
incense. And like a meditative music. It's the smell of incense. It's not even burning incense. It's like an artificial smell. And then he has a repeat of music. It's kind of, so he's in the Zen state. He doesn't want to deal with the crew. He wants to be alone. And it appears he just went into a meditative state. He wants to get the trip over. So he might probably come out of it when you come close to getting out of jump.
Okay, well, that's
cool. Or he can stay in it for the whole 2 weeks. But either way, he's alive, he's healthy, he's not burning any energy. Pierre's got the whole medical analysis. He's figured out what's wrong with him. Doesn't seem to be an issue.
All right.
Well, all right, let's leave. We leave him alone and close the door.
No,
okay.
Cowboy was with me?
Cowboy was with me. Yes. Everybody else.
If we left unobtrusively, fine. No weird hobbies, are their business. I mean, I've seen the weirdest things, I've seen pimply kids clacking dice and talking incomprehensible gibberish. I've seen it all.
Yeah, your medic too is pretty good. So you've got when that's a very good thing. You got some medic here somewhere.
And that means he's using awareness, and so it's like a psionic ability.
He's in it like he's like self-hibernated almost.
Huh.
He's hibernated himself. He doesn't want to deal with anybody. And he is kind of odd into himself. So you don't totally understand him, but he's paid. He doesn't care. He wants to get message he wants out of there. So
and he can keep.
He's not a threat. He's not in any health danger. He
can keep like that. He can keep like that for 2 jumps.
If he wants to, he can. Yeah.
Okay.
Chances are more than likely he may come out when you come out of jump, or he may come out and go back in. But if anything, you might want to counsel and ask him some questions when he does come out, because it'll let you know what he was doing. Because there's health concerns, different things, but he didn't care. He didn't want to talk to her.
Well, there's a reason why he's sitting in the fresher. presumably.
Yeah.
Okay, say no more.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not an issue.
I presume. Yeah, I presume they pass all this information along, and there's no serious
Yeah.
need for any concern.
No, the captain
we'll
can do the captain's log.
The week passes uneventful. You guys are about ready to come out of jump. You'll be coming out of jump in the middle of interstellar space. You've got about 5 minutes before you come out of jump. What are you doing? Where is everybody stationed? What's your plan?
Well, we put the gunners in the turrets, and
I'm in the engineering section looking after the engines.
yeah.
Is it known
outside.
to be? Is it known to be a totally empty space? It's not a fuel dump or arrangement like that, is it?
As far as you're aware, the course that you set is interstellar space. It's in the mid. It's in between. It's your midpoint. You are not aware of any location. You just picked a random midpoint when the course was set.
All right, so we can put what's our computer capacity?
You got a model. You can run regular maneuver. You don't have to run maneuver for 0. You don't have to run maneuver evade. But you run maneuver evade, you can maneuver evade. And you have target and gunner interact to shoot your lasers.
All right, and so Model 1 computer's got what, 4 slots? Is that right?
CPU 2 and storage 4. You can have 6 programs in, but you can only run 2 at a specific time.
So we want to run anti-hijack.
Anti-hijack's a 0. You could just run that in my game.
We come out of jump. Well, I assume to come out of jump, you put jump in your game, and
yeah, you
and
take
once
jump
we get
out
out of jump. Yeah, once we get out of jump, we'll run. We'll check the navigation and make sure we're on course for where we need to go, and then head on from there.
I'll check the engines.
Boom! You come out of jump and you're in the blackness of space. The jump bubbles go on. It's pitch black space. You've got the navigation, and Pierre's got sensors. Do you want to do a sensor check or a sensor roll, please?
For sure.
Here's my engineering roll. The
engineering roll?
AK. Yep.
Oh, the drives look good. They're crisp. They're clean. They've just been. I mean, you guys just had your full. What's it called?
Maintenance overhaul.
Annual maintenance. The full annual maintenance has been done. You're very impressed with these drives. They're clean. They're good. The electronic sensors. You're picking up a rock in the distance. The rock is about the size of a football field, which is kind of odd. I'd say it's, which is strange for being out here. It's about 100,000 kilometers away from you. There's nothing anywhere, but there's this rock, and it's about the size of a football field. It's just floating in there, and you're at a dead stop now. You guys went from midpoint to dead stop when you jumped, so you came out of jump at a dead float, and now you're going to do your sensor. We need a navigation roll so you can see where the stars are and how well you landed.
All right, so we're headed to Lente, right?
You're headed to Lente.
And we know that the drugs are going to Lente. We're not supposed to drop them off at this rock.
No. But there's this rock that's just there. It's about the size of a football field. It's an asteroid about the size of a football field.
Let's just shoot it.
Floating around. You're not sure what it is.
Don't shoot it. Don't shoot it.
It's about 100,000 kilometers away from you. You pick it up on the sensors. You can scoop it. There's nothing else anywhere. You're in dead interstellar space. There's just this rock. You don't know what it is. It's just sort of floating there, and nonchalantly, just kind of floating, tumbling around. It's kind of
I will go ahead and make a navigation roll to work out the navigation, and then we will investigate the rock.
Okay, we need a nav roll. Your jump was perfect. You're exactly where you want to be. You've got the course set. You can set the course for your next jump, which should be fine. The dries are fine. You're down 1 jump of fuel, and you have 7 weeks left of operation. So the ship is fine without, but you have enough fuel for 1 more jump, which was the jump you need to get to your destination.
Yeah.
And your course.
I look at the medic and I say, that's odd. What a funny rock. Let's go see what it is.
Nah, let's not look at the rock. I don't want to look at the rock. I want to get to civilization.
Oh, come on. Who knows? It might be interesting.
I look for a spray hypo.
There may be some unknown elder god trapped in that rock. You never know.
Is the rock sort of deforming, like, boom, boom?
It's a rock?
Boom.
No, under no circumstances fire on the rock.
It's just sort of like this. It's sort of shaped like this phone. It's just kind of like spinning around and floating.
Does it have the time on it?
Interstellar. It doesn't have the time on it.
Just asking. Just asking.
Your buddy John got me watching those old damn Star Treks. He's just putting it in there, so we've been watching.
Oh, have you never watched those Star Treks?
Oh, I have years ago when I was a kid, but I haven't seen them since. I was watching them first.
Oh God!
Anyway, that's
over and over. Yeah.
All
right. Well, yeah. I'll get the medic to watch the sensors, and we'll move on to the rock.
Okay, like I said, the rock, it appears to be about the size of a football field. And it's shaped kind of squarish and like rectangle-ish, but it is definitely rock-shaped. There's one slit by the top with a hole kind of like in it. It's like a crack or a crevice. And that's big enough. It's big enough for something to fit inside of it.
When we run the sensors?
Yes.
When we run the sensors, does the sensor operator pick up any electronics?
No, you don't pick up any electronics, but you do pick up metal properties inside the rock. There's metal type of properties. Some kind of you pick up. It's either iron ore or well-established metal.
Interesting. Okay. Well, you say it looks like there's a port in the rock.
It's not a port. It's a crevice. It looks natural, but the crevice looks like it's big enough for something to fit in there. A ship could actually go through the crevice. You also pick up a hollow. There's a hollowness inside the rock, and it's a good hollowness. So it's hollow inside the rock. Steve.
I'm in the engineering section. I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So I'm not saying anything. I'm just typing in.
Let's not look at the rock. Let's forget the rock. Let's forget the rock.
Oh, the rock is fascinating.
It's too fascinating.
What the fuck?
This is Captain Kirk here.
I'm going to activate the sensors on the captain and see if I have to relieve him.
Oh, come on, guys! It's an adventure game.
154-B of space law.
We're not playing accountants.
No, but you're all interested in the rock all of a sudden.
Adventurers.
Yeah.
I've signed up to be a bloody engineer.
Okay.
That's all.
I want to shoot stuff. I'm in, Captain. Let's go.
Captain Rodrigo is getting my med scanners in the face. That's what he's getting.
We don't have a grav vehicle as part of the.
You have an air raft.
Oh, we have an air raft.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, who wants to go over? Do we want to get
you
our?
You can fit your ship in that hole. You know what's hollow?
Yeah, sure. We'll take the whole ship in there just for grins and giggles.
All right, I need a pilot.
Hello, Captain. Are you feeling okay? Here,
I love it. I love it as everybody.
I'm putting a thermometer scanner in his ear. He gone down to 85 as well.
I tell everybody to put your diapers on.
Oh fuck! This is a psionic institute, isn't it?
I'm putting on my vac suit.
Yeah, everybody get your vac suits on.
It's a freaking psionic institute.
As soon as you guys are starting to vac suit up, are you going to go in? Did you go in the hole yet?
No, we're going to vac suit up. We're going to vac suit up. We'll tell the passengers to stay in their cabins. We'll lock everything down.
What?
And we're going to check. We're going to check and see. We're going to check and see what's what. All right. So here's my pilot roll. 7.
You bump and scratch the side of the ship a little on the wall.
Oh, darn.
Get through, no problem. But you did bump and you scratched. You probably scratched your paint a little bit on the top, right outside. But you do go through the passageway, and it's like a tunnel. Then it opens up into this round area, and it's dark. So you need infrared, or you need your lights on. Your infrared can see the room, and sure enough, you see what looks like a metallic version of a ship. Looks like a 100-ton type ship just kind of parked off into the dust. There's no power sources coming off the ship at all. It's a small vessel of some sort. You're not sure what it is yet. You have to you can run a computer check to do an analysis on it, see what it is.
Yeah, well, I'll get Mr. Computer to do that.
I've got a question. How long will it take for me to get from the bridge to the gunner's seat?
Are you still on the bridge, or are you in the gunner seat now?
Oh, I want to be on the bridge to see what happens. I just want to be a fly on the wall.
It's up to the captain. I would imagine.
Yeah, go ahead and get up in the gunner seat.
Hey, Justin, where's your character?
I'm in the gunner, I'm aiming at this thing.
Justin's in the gunner turret, aiming the beam laser at whatever that ship thing is that's sitting there. You're going to do a computer sensor analysis. We need that done. Engineering, the drives check good, but you're kind of irritated because you dropped your mallet when he hit the top of the wall. You kind of bumped what you were doing, spilled your coffee, Steve. So
I don't drink coffee, not while I'm on duty. I'll only drink spirits.
I'm thinking of Victor. I'm sorry, Victor.
Yeah, that's okay.
Victor,
well, his mallet is his coffee. It's like his teddy bear.
Yeah.
Comforts him.
You want a hug from my teddy bear there, Gunner?
I'm on the bridge.
No, you're in the bloody gunnery thing, aren't you? With the
no,
other
I
one?
was asking if I could be on the bridge because I wanted to see what was going on.
Oh, you can be wherever you want to, Sid.
Yeah.
Okay, he's on the outside of the hull.
No, wherever I want to, not you.
Where he wants to be.
But you're closer to shoot something there. Isn't that what you want?
Yeah, but I want to see what this thing is. And the best views on the bridge.
Yeah, well, just put it up on one of the monitors so I can see what's going to await. Yeah, anyway.
Okay. There's this. What's weird is you notice that there is a little bit of bouncy microgravity on the inside of this cavern. I mean, it's real bouncy. So there's this little bit of microgravity in there, but it's real light. It's like 3% gravity. You could bounce.
All right. So what?
Still stick to the floor all the way around it. This cavern, and there's this ship in the corner. Did Pierre run the sensors on it?
I didn't run any sensors yet. I was thinking maybe I should again by now for the rock. You want me to focus on the rock? Like,
ready?
Yeah. My first sensor was for all of space, and then you said there was the rock. I'd like to concentrate on the rock.
Well, of course, we're inside the rock at this point.
I know, yeah. So how many damn fools are in the rock apart from our damn fools?
That's your sensor roll.
Ick.
Basically, you didn't detect anything. You see this thing's there. You're not sure what the ship is. Can you do a computer roll based on the shape of the ship to see what ship it is? It's around a 100-ton ship. I need a computer roll. You're going to run it past the library scan. See if it matches anything.
Was it my computer's 1?
Yeah.
I forget now. I was 1. Yeah. Okay. So that. So it's like in the Fifth Element where I say one sensor reads absolute 0, the other 1,000,000 degrees.
It's a match. It's a match.
A match for what?
It's a reptilian small jump fighter. It's a reptilian. It's pointy and it's shaped. It's definitely a reptilian vessel, which is strange. Because how could the reptilians be so far rimward? It looks old too. How did the reptilians get to the other side of human space?
What kind of vessel again? Reptilian.
100-ton reptilian fighter, jump fighter. So it's a starship, small. It has one turret, and obviously the turret is it's a triple turret. You don't know what's armed in it, but it's definitely a triple turret. And it looks like it's a very highly maneuverable ship. But it's broke down and it's cold. And you don't know how long it's been here. Based on your predictions, it could have been sitting in this rock for 20, 30 years. It looks like it's damaged. Now that you get a closer look, it's definitely damaged and sitting there. So now it's your chance you can check it out or step on a board.
I think we've got to go and investigate.
We don't know.
I'm worried about how you suddenly think of these things. You know, like have we been using whisper? Somebody's been whispering.
What do you say, Sid? Hey.
No. Well, we know Jerry doesn't.
Put your red shirt on. Put your red shirt on.
Hold on. Well.
Oh, don't put your red shirt on. Better wear the yellow shirt, man.
Luckily, I'm wearing blue right now.
I'm putting skivvies, a cardigan. I'm layering. I'm thinking of what's going ahead.
Who's
next in succession after the captain?
Drowned, and you are about 20 meters away from this vessel. You got a clear image of it. There's no power sources coming out of the vessel at all.
What kind of skills does this old guy have?
Which old guy?
The old passenger guy.
He doesn't even know you landed. He seems to be gone. He's in one of the staterooms, either his or hers.
He's playing Bumpsy with the woman.
Yeah. You don't even
I'm hearing squeaky sounds, and yet our bunks do not have springs in them.
He isn't even paying attention to what's going on.
Jerry, I got a question.
All of a sudden, is your bridge locked? Or are you guys still on the ship?
We're still on the ship.
The kid's wide awake, and his eyes are as big as silver dollars. And he's looking like he's mad, like he's ready to fight something. Where are we? What are we doing? The kid with the wire.
Well, I invite him into the.
He's like ready to fight. He's like, what are we doing? Why aren't we? Where are we going?
Okay, I tell him where we are. Sure, why not? He's this weird psychic emo kid. Yeah, I can see that.
Where are we? What do you mean? What rock? There's something. You could just see. He's like something's going on with him. He's like wired. He's like looking around, and he's like tense. Like, what's going on? Can I go with you? He wants to go with you.
Sure. Yeah. Grab a vac suit.
So you have 6 vac suits. He wants to go with you.
Yeah.
Are you letting the guy have one of your vac suits who destroyed your camera?
He didn't destroy it.
Yeah.
He just phased it out. It's not destroyed. He just didn't want. He knew it was there, and he didn't want it to be interrupted. It's just a matter of attaching a wire. There's nothing wrong with anything.
Hey, Jerry, I was wondering.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could use tactical skill to see if this is an ambush, or what would be the best way to insert properly. Could I do that?
What are your skills?
Auto rifle 2, ATV, or tactics would be the one.
Do a tactics roll. What's your tactics skill and your intelligence?
My tactics is 1. My intelligence is A.
A? Okay. +2 to your roll.
All right. Cool.
What do we got?
10.
You know what? That would be okay. +2. Actually, it's a 9. You got +3. But anyway, that's fine. You can't sense any sign of an ambush. It looks like a ship that's been damaged and parked. But you don't know exactly what's going on there. You do sense, though, that there could be something there could be a security hazard. Based on your tactics skill, you're concerned about security, but you guys don't even sense anything else. The ship's been there. It has to have been there for years. It's damaged. It probably couldn't jump, and it crawled in this hole in the rock, and you don't pick up. That's what your tactics skills tell you. There might be security danger. That's what comes up in your head.
Security danger. So no one would be hiding.
They're like anti-hijack or something on those lines.
I'll tell them that. Like, clearly there's security. There might be security, but it looks relatively empty.
The drives are cold, based on the computer scan, but there's still electrical activity. In other words, there must have been batteries charged up. There's still some electrical activity.
What about low berth?
You don't know. You'd have to enter the ship. You can't. You guys aren't able to tell what's in the ship. You just know but they could be supporting a low berth.
Who wants to stay on the ship and who wants to go across?
I want to go, but I'm useless in space.
Well, that's fine. We can work that out.
What do you mean useless? You got a vac suit, right?
Nope.
Well, then you can have vac suit 0. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Hang on 1 second, guys.
Already better GM than Steve. No.
So Stony, yeah, really, he's giving it all away. So Stony, do you and Verbal want to stay on the ship, or do y'all want to venture out?
Since you've committed us to this life-threatening little adventure, since I do have vac suit, I also own a laser carbine. I think that combination would be much more useful to you than someone with a slug thrower.
Do you have a red shirt?
No, I can swap out to my green Hawaiian shirt, but that's about it.
Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. So
I can do a quick bit of character development, which will probably then they'll get killed after that. But you know.
Yeah.
Do we have an extra weapon we can give the kid?
Go ahead.
I only have shotgun and laser carbine.
Yeah, we're having fun. I'm gonna turn the camera off. Mrs. is coming in the room for something. But anyway, okay.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you do. You guys do have. Who's got an extra gun of some kind? He wants a gun, something he could shoot. Assault rifle or a rifle. You're in space.
Say give him a spork. A plastic spork. Give him a spork. He's already dangerous enough with a psionic.
You don't know what he can.
Yeah,
spork.
Yeah, we'll give him a gun. I'll give him a pistol.
Don't put any ammo in it, okay? Don't put any ammo in it.
All right, now I don't want to come along. I was thinking of coming along, but I'm saying the gun turn.
Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. All right, so obviously Verbal wants to stay because he hasn't verbaled up and said he wants.
Yeah, Verbal's staying with the sensors and the gear. He doesn't feel like venturing out to whatever might be out there. So you guys are all vac suited up. What guns are you carrying? Are you carrying any guns?
Laser carbine, 1 shotgun, and a blade.
Justin?
Yeah,
I'm not going with the crazy psionic kid.
Okay, so he's going to stay.
You're a
He's going to stay. I'll go. I'll go. And Sid, you want to go, right? You there, Sid?
Yes, he does. He does want to go. Well,
Okay,
actually, his cowboy wants to go.
Okay, so it'll be the 3 of us, 4 of us.
3. I think the other 2 are staying on board, aren't they? The gunner, which is good. You should have a gunner on the board.
We've got the silent kid, so that'll be 4.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Cowboy, are you there? Are you muted?
I think he's gone somewhere.
You probably had a.
All right.
All right.
I'm here. So basically, that's what's going on. The ship is there. It's parked. One of the things you do notice, though, too, is the hatch is open. There's a hatchway that's been open.
Okay.
There's dust and things around, but the hatch is open and it's dark.
All right, we get Verbal to do another scan.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Another scan.
And can you turn the floodlights on the ship? As many as you can.
On your ship to look at it? Bam, you can.
Yeah, it's 100,000 kilometers away. Have we approached it?
No, we're
You're
inside. We're
You're
inside.
inside the pool. You're parked on the cavern wall.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah.
It's a 100-ton jump fighter type of ship.
And
It's a
can we,
reptilian jump fighter type of ship.
with our lights, can we have them scanning the immediate area around us? Of course, we've got the blind spot with the ship, but should they be floating anywhere else?
You scan around and you pick up nothing. The only thing you do, what did he roll, a 9? The only thing you do pick up is there is electrical power running through the ship. The drives are cold. So there is something that's still running. There may even potentially be life support.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, probably the timer for the nuclear device.
Okay, well, let's go disarm the nuclear device.
You guys can do that.
And I wink at the psychic kid because he knows it's not really a nuclear device. It's
like
no, he knows it's a fusion device, not a fission
yeah,
device.
he knows
like
it's a cosmic doomsday weapon.
He says, "Give me a blade."
Okay, I give him the blade.
So he takes a blade. So he puts on the vac suit. You notice he knows what he's doing. He puts the vac suit on. He puts the pistol in his back. He puts the blade on his side. His eyes are still big and bulgy. He says, "We shouldn't be here." He looks at you. He says, "We shouldn't be here." And you can just see his brain is going. He's real tense.
But what do you mean we shouldn't be where? Inside our ship or
here? And then he doesn't say anything else. No matter what you say to him, he doesn't say another word.
Okay,
like,
well, all right. So he wants to go across with us, so we'll go across.
So you guys can walk now. I mean, you can walk on the.
Yeah.
You can float and bounce on the surface wall of the rock.
So who's going?
Huh?
Only the captain, you are, and the psychotic psionic.
And you're all wearing vac suits.
Yeah, and it's good to see that Cowboy has swapped into his red shirt.
Yep. No fear of the red shirt.
No. He's wearing his red shirt. No.
I got no fear of that silly little thing.
Okay, blue shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt.
Blue or yellow, man. Don't wear red. I'm telling you, that's bad.
Yeah.
The red guy's always gone every time.
Hey, blue guy was the first to go.
Okay.
That's not quite red though. He's a mover and shaker. That's what he is.
No.
Captain, are you walking? Who's leading the way? What's the order of the men?
Yeah, we'll just kind of walk in a line.
The kid pulls out his blade and he walks right alongside you. He looks at you. You can still see his beady eyes through the vac suit, and he's got this like snarly, angry face. He also looks like he's pissed he was woken. He's this goth-looking kid, like dark hair. He looks like right off the Sex Pistols or one of them kind of guys. Except, he's just a weird-looking young man. He's got the blade out and he's walking with you right alongside.
Okay, well, all right. So I ask him, "So what's your name, kid?"
Well, don't you know it because you signed him onto the ship?
Well, I don't know. Do I know
It just said kid.
Kid, yeah. It's like
no, his name is K.ID.
That's his name.
He looks at you and says, he says, "Not now." That's all he says. "Not now." And he walks forward with you. He doesn't want to talk.
Well, we walk over to the open door of the ship.
My laser's ready.
Okay, the hatch is down. It's like the Millennium Falcon hatch. It's dropped down, and it's right underneath the belly of the ship. The bridge is dark, and this thing. You notice the turret? It's a triple turret. It's like a pulse beam, and then there's a missile rack too. It's a projectile type of missile. This thing is, and it's made to be very maneuverable. This is a combat vessel. This is a small, like, jump in, blow some shit up, and jump out type of vessel. You can't tell anything else, but it's definitely a small war type of vessel. Like
So it's not just a fighter. It's like a little small armed scout. Then.
Yeah, It's a jump type of fighter. It would be able to jump in, fight, and jump out. And it's definitely a reptilian type of war vessel. You can't figure out any more than that, which doesn't add up to you because the front is sectors away on the other side of space. So this doesn't make sense that this is here. You're way away from the reptilian.
We go on in.
So you go on up, you have your infrared goggles, and you can see everything is kind of green. Just like those movies, where those guys like the ghost hunters, like finding Bigfoot, where everything's green. You got those on, you got those things on. You got them timed in, and you step on in, and the main room, it's open, and there's like this port bay, and there's lockers and stuff. So you're in like this big room where there's lockers, and the other doors are shut. You can manually shut the hatch. And you notice based on the who's got computer electronics skill there? Anybody with you that does?
Computer 0, electronics 1.
I've got computer 1.
So you can see there's electrical signals. So if you check with your hand computer, Stoney, you'll definitely pick that there's pressure. It's pressurized behind these doors. But the only way that you can open those doors is to close the hatch, and there's enough power to do that. You close the hatch and then open the other door.
Okay. Before I do that, I just want to look around and see if there's any manual way of closing the hatch first without having to use power. And tripping any sensor to say that it's being activated.
Do a roll for me. Electronics or engineering?
Engineering roll or just?
What's your electronics? 1?
Electronics is 1, yeah.
And your intelligence is what?
Well, I've got a 10 without the intelligence bonus. Well, it's a 6.
Yeah, yes. There is a way to do it. You can levy a couple brackets and you can shut it and see them without setting off.
Right, I'll do that instead.
Okay, so you do that without any issue. You guys watch as the hatch closes, and now you are inside the ship and the hatch is closed. So now you can manually open the door, and when you open the door, the air will fill the room.
Along with any lasers or bullets that are coming at us.
Well, we'll maneuver to the side. I'll get the kid to move over to the side, and then
he's with you. I'm on the other side.
Yeah, we'll get Stoney to open the door.
Cowboy might not make it.
We'll try to open the door.
You're in the belly, so there's a second layer to this vessel. This isn't small. It's about the size of a Scout Courier, but it's kind of like it's got flared out wings, and it's kind of shaped like a Klingon fighter, but smaller.
Right.
Yeah, bird of prey.
A Klingon
this is
seagull of prey,
this is the chicklet of prey.
Size. With a big turret on the top.
Right.
So you, two decks, 3 decks?
2 decks. You're in the lower deck, like sort of like the cargo area hatch.
Yeah.
It's open. You just closed it, and now when you open the door, it's flooded with air. Amazingly, you check on your hand computer. Another check is somebody with. The temperature is as soon as did you do this already?
Hang on.
Yeah, people are too busy making jokes.
Okay, so you close the door, you do this, you check it.
We're building suspense here, okay?
As soon as you open the door, light comes through. A little bit of light comes through, and then the room fills with air. Your hand computer detects a breathable mix. Reptilian humanity breathe. It's the same air. They're pretty similar in breathing, but it's reptilian air. It's
okay, so I just want to check just to make sure there's no pollutants or poisons in it that would affect us.
Temperature would be equivalent to like 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Balmy.
You're about 20 degrees Celsius, I think, something like that. 50. I don't know what it is.
Almost.
Yeah, it's something like that. So there's temperature and there's light and there's a power source in here, but you don't pick up anything else.
All right. Well, I'll inform them of all that, but I'm not going to take my helmet off.
Is this the bridge, or what is this room?
This is a hallway now, and then it would go up the bridge into staterooms, and then there's the drive room, which would be behind that. So this is a hallway. And there's a hallway that goes up to the top level, and then there's another hallway that looks like it would go towards the drives.
Can we interface? Is there a computer in this room that we can interface with, like either in the belly or in the hallway?
There is a sensor panel alongside the wall you could interface with, but once you interface with it, it's going to recognize your electronic technology.
Okay, yeah, we probably don't want to do that. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, I look at the kid and I say, "Well, you detect anything?"
The kid looks at you, and his eyes are still big as hell, and he's holding the sword up. And he makes a gesture. You guys still wearing your full vac suits yet, or did you take your helmets off?
Oh no, I'm keeping my helmet on.
My helmet is on.
He makes a gesture like this, and he steps back a little with his sword.
What was the gesture again? Didn't see it.
His gesture was like this, like quiet. And he pulls the pistol out too, and his eyes are as big. He got the pistol in one hand, the sword in the other, and he looks like he's ready for something. You don't know what. He's not talking. And
Which way is he looking?
Well,
Just before we go any further, is there gravity in this vessel or not?
The gravity plates are working, but they're very low and weak.
So roughly guessing, are we talking like 0.5?
There's more gravity in the ship than there is outside.
Yeah, but are we talking like 0.5, 0.25 gravity? Just a rough estimate.
0.4 G.
Okay, rightio. So I'll be using my laser carbine, not my shotgun just yet. That's ready.
Okay, well let's move forward.
Right.
Which way are you going? Are you going towards the drives? Or are you going to go up towards the upper decks? The upper deck.
Just asking. Apart from the airlog and this door that we've gone through, there's no other exits or entries into this belly, is there?
You're entering into the main compartment. You can either go into the drives or you can go up to the upper deck. There's a split.
I'd like to suggest to the captain that we just check out this entire level first, so there's no surprises hiding down here.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
So if you go forward, now you have another closed door. You got to try to manually open it, or you're going to electronically open it?
Manually.
Okay, so you're inside. So you manually open. I need a roll. You can't manually open it. The only way you're going to be able to open it is if you run the console, it'll open automatically, but you can't manually open it for some reason. You just can't.
Okay.
But I do have a beat. That's only a 7, so no. Okay. I'll try with
set
my
up a
electronics.
defensive position on the door and let him open it. And I'll brace against something in case I have to shoot the shotgun.
Hopefully I'll open it. But here we go. Yep.
Now you opened it. Now how did you just try to open it? Now you opened it electronically.
Well, if I couldn't do it manually, I'll have to do it electronically.
It opens no problem. Electronic sensors, you just hit the lever and it opens. And what do you see here? You see a power plant and you see a jump drive and a maneuver drive that are fried. As an engineer, you see a drive and you notice, though, this is a high-powered drive. The jump drive, you'd rate it probably like a jump 1 or 2, but it's got some kind of something you haven't seen on it that's odd.
Rightio, with my handy hand computer, I'm going to take pictures and videos of the whole room so I can explore it later on.
Is it like a burn, or did it get shot by something?
Probably exploded from the inside out.
You do see some laser sketch marks on the surface of it like there was shot, but something happened to the drive where the jump drive fried. The maneuver drive seemed to be solid. It seems like a mechanical glitch. It wasn't blasted, but it was like it was overloaded. Kind of like it was a miss jump or a super jump or something strange like you've never seen before. Like the capacitors were overloaded and fried.
Right.
And that's all that you see there.
How big is this engine room?
It's about the size of a Skull Courier engine room, except a little bigger because the maneuver drives are monster. This is a fast. It's 6G maneuver, and it's a power plant to support that type of maneuver.
Okay.
The power plant's fried also, but there's enough of it running to keep this life support and this gravity running almost indefinitely. What's in there? And it may be wired into low bursts or other things, but you haven't got to that deck or seen anything yet.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you notice the kid turn around and he's looking back at the entryway, and you guys hear a noise. You hear a scuffling sound.
Well,
How
defense.
can I do that?
It's like a tick, 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 like a scuffling tick, 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 tick sound. And then it's
Okay.
something.
Well,
There's a couple words, and they sound to be, they seem to be animated, and it's in reptilian. Blah, 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 blah. And it's
does he let go?
You know,
like the Zorn in Star Trek does?
it's a repeating of a reptilian language, just a couple words.
Yeah.
You can't do if you don't have time. You can scan the words with your computer, but now you hear this noise and it's coming from the hallway. What's going on now?
Okay. Well, we advance on the alien behind us.
So you turn around.
Prepare an ambush.
From the hallway, you see what looks to be like a ball on tracks with guns. And the words come out, intruder, intruder, intruder. It's some kind of bot, and it has some kind of pulse laser guns, and it's heading in the direction of you guys in the bay. And now, what are we going to do?
Okay, well, we're just going to shoot it. I say
I'm
shoot it.
taking cover, and then I'll shoot
cover
it.
and then fire.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't take cover yet, Captain. The kid,
Well, that's okay.
the kid drops to the floor right in front of you, aims the pistol off, and he starts shooting. Pull, pull, pull. In the hallway, you see this box.
That's probably a good idea since I probably don't have 0G combat. I will drop to the floor as well.
You're still standing. You're just about to drop now. These other two guys dropped in cover. It's about medium range, about 10 meters from the hall to where this bot is, and it's going to take random shots. And your armor is. I'm going to roll some shots for you guys.
Yeah, it's cloth armor.
Cloth armor.
Combat.
Don't we roll initiative?
Who's taking cover and who's where? I think you guys covered behind the drives. Tony's covered behind the drives.
Yep.
Captain is not. You haven't dropped yet. You're not in cover. You're standing there, and Seamus and red shirt. Where's red shirt?
Cowboy.
Cowboy. Where's Cowboy?
Cowboy took cover.
Yeah, I said takes defensive position from where that thing is.
It's shooting sporadically, but it's shot twice and it hits nothing. These bullets are fresh. And the words come out based on what you're recognizing. It's intruder, intruder, intruder. It's some kind of security bot. And it drops. The kid takes 2 shots at it with the pistol.
I'll take a shot at it with a shotgun. Let's see, what's my shotgun?
The kid hits it with the pistol. It's steaming. You're going to take a shot at it with the shotgun. I need to do a roll.
I got shotgun 1, so I get +1. Oh, jeez, what's my dex? I got an 8 dex. I think 8 gives me a +2 with the shotgun. I think it does. Let me check real quick here.
The range is about medium. I think it's about 10 meters.
Well, that's not medium. That's close. That's close range.
Actually, wait a minute. No, 6 to 50 meters is medium. Closest one, short is 1 to 5. Closest touch. This is classic traveler.
So what range are we looking at?
50 meters. So it's at about 10 meters. It's at medium range.
Medium range. Okay. And can I ask?
So +1 for that.
Yeah.
And medium range. What kind of armor are we shooting at?
It's
+2.
combat, which is a -5.
All right, so a -3.
Wait a minute. It's not exactly combated. It's not exactly caught. I'm going to give it a -3. It's a -3 type of metal. It's going to act sort of like cloth. But it's
I'll be even.
Okay. So you're going to do a shotgun blast on it. The kid hit it.
Yep.
did hit it. It's steaming static. He hit something on it. Just one shot. Hit something.
Do I get anything for a high dex?
Yes, you do. That'll help your
Oh,
shot.
sorry. Gotta.
It depends on the weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm just sorry. Just thought of that when I said that. I thought, shit.
Oh, a 6.
A 6 is not a hit.
You're right.
Okay.
With all your pluses, you got a plus and your minuses. I don't think. You
Well, yeah,
make
but I come up even. I mean, I'm +3, and it's -3 for the armor, so it's an even roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what is it?
What about
-3 because we're in vac suits, right?
No, -3 because of its armor.
Yeah.
Okay, because of its armor.
Medium range.
Medium
The
range.
shot spatters, but it doesn't hurt it. So you did hit it with shock, but it didn't hurt it. The shotgun shell it could chase through the room. You can hear it echo through, because now there's sound here.
I'll have a shot at it with my carbine.
Do we take any penalty for gravity?
No. 0.4. We're just gonna roll with it. You're good. No
Oh, then
penalties.
fuck it. I'm using my assault rifle then.
All right, you're gonna take a shot at it with the assault rifle.
I got a 10.
Ooh, and that's a laser carbine.
Yep, 46.
And your skill in that?
Plus
1.
2
Oh,
medium.
my skill's 1, but all the penalties in that make it even.
That's damage. Medium's +2. I get a +2 because I've got a high
Roll
death.
4 dice. Roll damage. I think you just blasted it good. 18, 16. You know, between the kid and Stony, the thing just shatters and fries.
That's my roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit. Do your damage.
Oh my god. Yeah, you posted that sucker. Your assault rifle too? The assault rifle hits it. You guys just
So that's
smoke.
3D. So
You
3D.
smoke this thing. It just drops. It's repeating the word intruder, 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 and reptilian. You guys recognize the word now. The computer in your pockets translated it. Intruder, intruder, intruder. And you hear that, Stony, on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing just drops. There's steam and stuff coming off of it. And the circuits are frying. And it's like this slowed down, warped version of intruder, intruder, intruder.
As it does that, I'll walk over to it and kick it and say, shut up.
Okay. So the next thing you know is, so you guys go through it. That's the only thing in it. You go to the upper levels, and there's 3 small staterooms. And then there's another med room, and there's also 3 low berths. And in the low berths are 3 reptilian warriors still in cold sleep, sitting there in cold sleep.
They're so
there's a
peaceful.
way
Let's leave them there.
you could transfer these warriors with medical. You can transfer them without waking them up. There is a way to thaw them enough, bag them, and put them in your low berths. But
Or we could just shoot him in the head.
Pierre would have to come over to do that. You can do that, but there might be.
It's
There might
well,
be.
outside.
So there's several things that I want to do. Number one, we want to take the robot with us.
It's in bits.
And pack it in a crate. Number 2, I want to see if there's any missiles left. And if there are, I want to take those. And then
I want missiles.
We got room for the low berths, so yeah, I want to take the captive reptilians. And
Just got one question for you, Captain.
There is
Why?
you can gel them and seal them. You need Pierre to do it, and he's got to do 3 rolls.
Because it's the right thing to do. We can drop them off at the naval base. Is there a naval base at Lentz?
Lente, yes, there is a naval base.
At Lente?
Is there? Not
see
no, it's at AGWEEDO, isn't it?
It's at AGWEEDO.
Yeah, there's
That's
nothing at
triangle
Lent. There's no
on both
naval
of
at Lent.
That triangle says naval base.
No,
No,
Oh,
the
I thought the triangle was
base.
the scout base.
There's a scout base.
Stars. The stars are the
Yeah.
Yeah, stars are naval bases.
Uh-oh, so we don't have a naval base
Scout
at Lente.
base. Lente's a large manufacturer of ships. They're Class A. They basically produce ships for AGWEEDO, and there's a big ship port there. There's a major ship builder there, and that's one of the things that are in their high port.
Rightio. So I'd say to the captain, the only thing we really need to take from the ship is that intact G drive, the maneuver drive. So I'd say it's a G6. If we could fit it into the Venetian wind somehow, you'd be rocketing.
You have no
Yeah, I just put them
room
there.
on your ship, and it would take
Yeah, I know that.
weeks to tear this apart.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying if we could get it across, I could just store it in the cargo deck somehow. And
At this point, you can't. But one of the things you can do is you can mark this location. No one else needs to know where it is.
Yeah.
The chance of somebody jumping to this rock, the chance is like 1 in a million. I mean, even if they jump.
we'll tell the ICW about it. You know, we'll tell them what we
after
found.
we've got the G drive off.
We got no room for drives here.
You have no room
we
to pull
come
up.
back.
You can't take it apart or
We
do
come
anything
back.
with it.
But
But
I just
Pierre,
don't like this idea of bringing a couple of combatives on board ship.
Well, they're
Pierre's
on ice.
on board
We've
now.
got,
He's
we've got a whole thing full of combatives, and they're on ice too. It'll be nice. They'll dream together.
You've got 8 empty low berths. A reptilian is basically close to the size of a human. I mean, a little taller, a little odd shaped. But I mean, all in all, they're definitely a different species. These are warriors. These are mercs. These are badass reptilians. And you could see that based on what you know and based on some of the things. These guys are badass.
Come on, don't you ever watch these movies? People like do stupid shit. And it keeps the plot going. Come
And
on.
there's always one person there who says the logical, reasonable thing. I'm just taking that role.
Does he
Okay,
die
all right.
first as well?
I don't expect to be listened to. I just want to put it out there. So
Okay,
that at
well,
the end,
I've got medic 1.
okay.
Pierre needs to come over to do it for it to be safe. He needs to put on a
Yeah.
you transfer the
I'm
Come
not
on,
going
verbal.
over there.
Come and do some
He's not,
space
he's
walking,
not
verbal.
coming over.
I'm not going over there. What do you want to do? Leave them there, guys. Mark
Verbal's,
the coordinates.
Verbal's,
and
That's
let's
what I
jump.
said, verbal. But the captain
get
wants
the
to
hell
bring
outta
him
here.
on board.
well, I tell you what. Why don't we? The thing is if we take them with us, you know, there's the scout base at Lente, but there's a naval base at Zolo and there's a naval base at AGWEEDO.
Right.
So, you know, I think we can come back this way and pick them up and maybe take the time to get the drives and the whole 9 yards. I mean, when we come back, they may be woken up, but I don't think so. They've been sitting here how long does it look like they've been here?
I just want to propose this to you, Captain. If we did take them and drop them off at a scout base or a navy base, they're going to want to know where the hell they came from because they certainly weren't drifting in space.
Yeah,
We don't
and
need
that was my
to
point.
get that drive. Yeah,
that was my point. We want to grab the drives first.
yeah, definitely.
And
the missiles.
Based on your opinion, there's enough power running where you can leave them here and they'll be just fine.
Well, let me ask this.
There's definitely still they're chirogenics.
Mm-hmm.
How much would a jump drive cost, or how much would it cost to repair this jump drive if we bought parts?
I think the jump drive's fried.
Sure, because it's an alien jump drive. It's not a human. It's a reptilian.
What about separate pieces?
Exactly sure.
I can have a look to see if I can scavenge anything.
What if we just scavenge some of the parts?
It's technology man was not meant to know. Let's go.
I want some missiles. I want some reptilian missiles so I can shoot them at people.
And then blame it on the reptilians.
Yeah.
You have no space to take the missiles with you, first off. And second off, the turret is completely different in design and functionality than your turret. Your guy's ship is old. You have cargo and passage.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that there's a black market who wouldn't buy some alien.
Can I ask how many staterooms we've got free at all?
There's 3. You guys haven't gone through any. You just found the low berth area and the bridge.
Yeah. No, that's it. So there's 3 staterooms that aren't being used. Is that right?
No, on our ship.
On your ship, there's 3 staterooms that aren't being used. Yes.
Right. We can fit some missiles. We don't have anything to fire it with, but we can fit some missiles in those staterooms.
Absolutely. But you also have the drugs and the furniture in those staterooms.
Well, a great way to protect it all, then, isn't it?
And you can actually control. If you guys go to the council, you can turn on the gravity, make the missiles light enough, carry them along, and store them in the stateroom.
Or we just might want to stick with the idea of just keeping a location on this.
There's 8 missiles left. Yeah. It looks like there were 16 and 8 are launched.
Yeah. I think it might be a good idea if we just come back and get it later on, so we don't have to answer any questions about why the hell and where the hell.
Thank you.
I agree.
What? Bullshit.
Well, no, it's just.
I'm joking.
It's not so much. I'm not worried about carrying the guys in cold berths. I want to make sure we get everything we want before we have to tell them where it came from.
Go through the rest of the ship, looking for the ship's locker or anything, or just
Oh yeah, break open the ship's locker.
Yeah, what's in the?
Could be booby trap. Reptilians are bastards, so watch out for that.
Okay, well, we'll get the thief to check for traps.
I'm not a thief.
It's locked. There's a code. You can't open up the ship's locker. Is totally locked. You can't open it.
I'll get a cutter over here and cut that piece of metal out, and then it'll just slide open.
Okay,
I will stand a fair way back from him.
Who's mechanic?
I've got mechanic 0.
Okay. I need a roll.
But I'm not doing it now, because anytime we take any stuff, if we've got to explain to somebody where we got it from, I'm just saying later on I can cut it open.
You're not going to.
You're going to cut it open later. Yeah. Okay.
When we come back for the engines and the missiles and everything that we can get.
You're not hauling anything. You guys are just
before they do anything. What the hell does this kid do? What is he doing?
The kid's just looking around. Now that the box did, he calms down. He looks around. He takes his helmet off, and he looks at you guys. He goes. They want human dead. They want us dead. He says, I think we should unplug them. Unplug them, as I say, Captain.
I agree. We should just kill them and then take their organs and sell them on the black market.
No, because if we
could I make could I make a reptilian skin jacket out of one of them?
But he's calm. He's calm, and his eyes and his demeanor are low, and he wants to go back to the ship, go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll escort him back. Do my
He calmed down. He suggests killing them. Then he goes back to the ship, and he wants to go back to sleep. No, he's not mad anymore. He was tense. But ever since the droid was blown up, he's calmed down back to a normal demeanor. That growly look on his face is completely gone.
I'll escort him back to the ship.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay, so you guys are going to leave this location. You mark it down. You know exactly where this rock is, the exact spot to jump to, exactly how to relocate it in the between AGWEEDO and Lente. So you get back aboard the ship, and the younger middle-aged woman and the old man are like just kicking back, like, "Oh, what are we doing in this rock? Or where are we? How come we stopped? Where's the captain?" And they're just
they don't know that we're on a rock, do they? Because there's no windows where they are.
Well, they would have an observation.
They're too busy rocking something.
Yeah, but they would have an observation port to look out of in a lounge.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, they had an observation window. You guys forgot to check, so they know they're inside of a rock. And they're like, "Where are we?"
There's Well, wait a minute. I thought jump space made you nuts.
Yeah, but you can shut the windows. You can shut.
Yeah, but you guys open the window. The windows naturally open up.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I'm saying you did. You didn't. Okay. I'm saying you did. So they.
I thought we turned. I thought we turned all the anti-hijack stuff on.
Well, you did, but you didn't control the manuals on these, so they know that you're in a rock.
So they know. So I'll just tell them that they're having an after-sex ecstasy dream.
From the angle of their view, they don't know about the other ship. They just know that you're inside some kind of a rock or cavern.
Or by some asteroid.
So you guys go back to the ship now, and you just mark the locations. You don't scavenge anything. You're going to leave the ship. You're going to leave them in the low berths.
We take the robot.
You took the robot. That's it. The broken down, blasted to shit robot.
Yay.
Yep.
Bring that on board.
Yep.
But maybe we should check if it has any like
Blowing up things inside it?
Oh, I was thinking more of a homing beacon.
Oh, not a bad idea.
A tracker.
So did you do a scan for that?
No, I'm just I'm just telling someone else to do it because I can't do it.
Well, who's got
It's a robot.
Have to. I think that would be Pierre. You have to see if there's any tracking coming off the ship.
Okay, I should do a roll for that. Where's my screen?
So I know if I had a robot, I'd try to find a way to track it.
So what are you exactly asking him to do?
Just make sure it doesn't have like it can't be tracked, or it doesn't have like some sort of emergency beacon or someone looking for it. Sorry, what?
The robot or the ship?
The robot.
Okay. There's nothing that's a tracking device on the robot at all.
Yeah, maybe we should check the ship, but that's our captain's problem.
He brought us here.
I just came to shoot something. Did it? Mission accomplished.
Let's check and see if there is a tracking, any kind of tracking on the ship itself.
Okay, let me do a roll for that.
Well, no, you have to go on the ship, don't you?
Wouldn't it be a manual to go through all the ship and try to find that?
Tell from inside your ship. You'd have to actually go inside to see if there's some kind of tracking device on the ship. As of right now, you don't know of anything.
Well, I've got electronics. Does that help?
Well, so do I.
Are you Pierre over there? Well, you would need Pierre to go over there. He could do a better job of it. But you got electronics.
Yeah.
You could
Yep.
try to.
I'll try.
Give me a roll.
Not quite.
There's some electrical stuff going on, but you can't pick up any tracking device.
Right.
There's
It's
definitely
subspace
static
radio.
stuff going on, but you can't pick up anything like that.
It's all cool. Right, I turn around to the captain and say, "No, I don't think there's any tracking device on board this ship. I think it's just dead." Well, I can make it deader though. I can kill those 3 creatures.
No,
Turn the power off.
I think we need to bring them back as captives because I think
Right.
would be a good thing.
Well, you need
Right,
medic to transfer them. You need
Yeah, we
Pierre.
won't do that
Yeah,
just
we'll
yet.
do that later. But yeah, we've already decided to do that later. I just don't want to kill them.
Okay.
There's no reason to kill them.
Oh, come on!
Apart from the fact that they're the enemy of humans, but that's all good.
Right now, there's a truce or a stalemate. It's sort of like a Cold War. The war is over,
Yeah.
as far as you're aware, because that's that's on the other side of humans of the coalition space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're that's sort of like the Zodani compared to the Hiver, where you are. You're down in nowhere land down here, and the Zodani are up here. You're closer to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We could keep them on. We could keep them on ice until the war heats up, and then unfreeze them. Or we could put them in. We could take them to the Guantanamo planet.
Yay!
But-
Guantanamo!
So
Nice place.
basically, you guys have decided to leave them where they are, and you're going to jump
Yep.
on.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're taking the robot. We're going to take the robot
Yeah.
and see if we can't make something out of the robot.
That's all you're going to take. You're not doing anything else with the electronics.
Well, we don't have room. We don't have room for the missiles. We don't have room for the drives. So,
Yeah.
and we
And we don't want to take anything in case we've got to
and we
explain
don't want to
ourselves.
take. We don't want to take the lizard guys with us because we would have to explain where they came from, and we want to take everything before we have to explain where they came from.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what we're doing, and we'll, leave the rock and head out.
Okay, so you leave the rock and head out, and you've been there. You've been about there 6 or 7 hours with all this messing around with no combat incident. No one was injured. Nothing was hurt. You have the location locked and pinned. Even if
I
it
don't
was
know. There's like a feeling on my shoulder now.
feeling on your So you're ready to jump on the Lento. And then I need a piloting roll, and we need to jump, and we need to move on and go from there and get ahead to Lento.
All right. Piloting roll.
And a navigation roll. Oh, you did the nav roll. You got that all set.
I did the nav. Yeah, I did the nav already. So 10 on the pilot.
Jump drive is fine. You are in jump space. Not an issue.
Okay. I'll spend the week trying to just dissect this robot before I do anything.
Basically, you dissect the robot, and Pierre may help you with electronics and computer. And basically, it's just a security bot. There's no information on it. It's a defense bot meant to protect the ship. It's an anti-hijacks reptilian security bot, and you wiped it out right away.
Yeah, can we wipe the memory, reprogram it, and repair it?
Basically, the way you shot it up, it's pretty much damaged beyond repair. And you don't have the parts to repair it at this point. It is really damaged beyond repair.
Can we put duct tape on it and set it up somewhere so that it looks really scary?
Okay.
Do that all you want.
Right, and I'll temporarily weld it into the airlock, so it's the first thing anyone who comes in sees.
Yeah, when they come in, it's like
okay.
And we can put like a recording tape on it with a motion sensor.
Yes.
It says intruder alert, intruder alert.
Okay, I'll try to cook that up.
Danger, Will Robinson, intruder alert.
I do a job as 6, so.
Please put a volleyball on it, paint a face on it, and call it Wilson.
Oh yeah, Wilson. Wilson.
Well, the jump is pretty much uneventful. The kid's back in his trance in his room, and you can save. Even though he paid you for full passage, you can save on reducing his life support. He didn't really use any life support because he's been such a low state of trance, and he hasn't even eaten anything. He did eat when he got up before he went back down. He had a meal, he unwound, he got his music thing going, and he went back and laid down.
Well, so I try to engage him in conversation.
He is not interested in talking. He respects you're the captain, though. He respects your authority, but you can't get anything out of him. He just wants to get to his destination. He doesn't want to be bothered. He wants to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's peaceful. But you've never seen this quiet. He's back to the shy, drawn down, kind of like stone kid look.
Yeah.
And before, he was like wired, like ready to kill. Like he knew there was danger or something. He had this sense about him, like there was some kind of danger. But you didn't pick up anything beyond that. So your next destination, the week passes pretty uneventful. And you've used the fuel, and you're coming out on Lente. Just before, you're about a half hour out from coming out of jump, and the library data comes up, and Lente is a water world orbiting a small orangish single star, which has a few rocky worlds and a couple of belts, but no gas giants. Lente has a top-notch Class A starport and is a large manufacturer of starships, standard designs, and basic custom designs at a technology level 12 capacity. The planet has one large asteroid moon that harbors the highly automated shipyard. The ICW Scout Base and the upper Class A starport city are also on that asteroid moon. The world is about 9,000 miles in diameter. It is a large world with a gravity of 1.2 G. The atmosphere is standard tainted. Atmosphere is breathable with filter masks. The seawater puts off algae toxins that make humanity sick quite quickly without filter masks. There's well-developed natural underwater flora and fauna. The world is 100% water, except for the large chains of floating cities and a few small sky gravity-powered cities. There is a population of about 9.6 million inhabitants, some living in special submarine-style cities. Lente has a civil service bureaucracy government ran by the ICW agency, which are insulated from the government. The world has a very strict law level. Weapons outside of one residence are prohibited. But conflict and crime in general are very rare on Lente. It's a peaceful type of world. And they mostly, I mean, outside of their cities, it's mostly agricultural and farming. It's a water world.
Okay, what's the stat line? What's the stats on the system?
A97A689-C. And it's a scout-based water world solo star. Small orange single star. No gas giants, some rocky planets, and an outer asteroid belt. Simple.
All right. So I put the disc in my hand computer and see where we were supposed to go to drop off the drugs.
Okay, it gives you a location on Lente in the water. So the recommendation that it tells you is you let the starport know you're going down to Skim. And when you go down to Skim at this location below the equator and dive under, and it gives you the location of a canyon and an underground facility that's in the canyon under the ocean. And that's where it directs you to go. It tells you to I need to skim fuel first, to let the starport know, and then after you skim, you're going to go to the starport, which skimming is legal. So it gives you the right words to say to the Port Authority, so there's no issues.
Right.
Skim first, so you need to move forward with that. Did you do a scan when you came out of jump drive, Pierre, for anything in the system?
Are we out now? Because I'll check the engines.
Yeah, I can do that now.
Okay, you guys are going to get where you didn't come out of
I'll
jump.
start cleaning rooms.
Start cleaning rooms. All right, where is everybody?
I take pride in my job.
To run. We got everybody in the gunnery turrets, or what are we doing?
Oh, again, a gun turret.
I'm back in the engine bay.
Yes, standard procedure. Yeah.
Okay. Holy cow, we're going good, aren't we? So seems to be okay. Seems to be everything's rolling fine. You come out of jump drive. Poof. What do you see? You're 100 diameters. You're in good location. You're roughly 101 diameters away from the main world, from Lente, the water world. You pick up the signal that the starport's buzzing and humming. You pick up some scout vessels moving in and out, some carriers, some scout couriers, and you picture a couple far traders that are moving in and out. They're all a great distance away. They're all peaceful. They're all calm. The transponder picks up and it asks you what you're doing. And from there, you were given the information to tell them, or what are you going to do from there, Captain? They ask for your identification. Who you are.
Yeah, we tell them who we are and tell them that we're going to go skim first, and then we've got stuff to drop off. We got cargo.
So we're not going to drop off the people first?
No.
The passengers?
Nope.
No, you always want to get rid of your furniture before you go into the port, don't you?
Well, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We can skim first. They let us do that. We said the right things.
Okay, so I need a piloting roll. You're going to go on in a basic piloting roll to go on in and skim. You'll skim fuel, and when you go skim fuel, then you're going to need to dive, and when you'll be off radar and off the track of the system.
All
right. I need a piloting roll for entering the atmosphere. And I get a little bit of turbulence, man. You're a little rough with the.
Oh, man.
And it's irritating the engineer in the back.
Man. If you bend anything, I am going to be so pissed.
Nothing bent. The drives are running good, but it made you take another glance at the maneuver drives because you thought for a minute it might have been the drives, but it wasn't. It was piloting.
No.
But without any issue, you go through the clouds, you reach the location, and you're skimming, and you're able to dive in the water and be fueling while you're under the water. So now you are under the water, and you are looking for this base location.
All right.
You are off the grid. You are underwater. You are undetectable by authority at this point. You are on the planet, in the ocean.
Okay. Well, we look for the base.
Okay, well, you do
based on the coordinates.
canyon up ahead, and that's where you believe the base is, so you would need to guide on into that canyon.
All right,
Yeah,
you
they
want to
give us
roll
all
a
the
pilot?
coordinates.
Okay. Any
I
sensor?
roll a pilot of 10.
Without a problem. You guide right on down. You spot it out. You pick up the power signal. Your hand computer's putting off a beacon. It tells you to relay this code. So you're going to relay the code that you want. It gives Pierre the directions to relay the code. Pierre, I need you to do the roll for me.
Okay. Like that's still electronics for communication.
Yeah, it's a communication roll. That's fine. You electronics roll.
Yeah. Oh.
They say, welcome aboard. We've been waiting for you. And you go on down and you enter into this bay. And the bay opens up. The ship, there's this tunnel. And it goes on. You go through this tunnel that's lit up under the water like a submarine. Then you come on up, you float on up, and you're in this hidden base. And you see these other ships there and these other different things. And then over the intercom, and the communicator, it says left, right, it points to the bay and it tells you where to land. The ship can come up and hovers and you can land on in here and you're in this big, like, hidden bay. And you see guys wearing battle dresses, pure black battle dresses. I mean, these guys are armed to the frickin' hilt. They come up to the door and there's this other guy. He's wearing like a Texan. He's wearing this long, thin tie and a suit, like a black suit, and dark glasses, slick black hair. And he's with these guys in the battle dress, and he comes on up. He's got a briefcase in his hand, and he says, "You're here from." He asks for the transponder. When you open the hatchway and come out, so we'd like everyone to exit the ship, except for maybe your passengers. But I'd like to meet.
Yeah, I was going to say we lock the passengers in their cabins until we're done with this.
You keep them locked in the regular thing, and you act like maybe you're still in jump space or you're still in space, headed to try to trick them out.
Sure, yeah, whatever will work.
You know, they still got that viewport, and they're seeing that we went underwater.
Well, we closed the viewports.
We closed
the viewports.
They're in
We're still in jump
state
space.
rooms.
Close the viewports.
Well, let's have another issue. Goth Boy's wide awake again. But he's not screaming mad. He just seems a little curious.
Okay, well, he's welcome to come in.
You can see he's sort of shaking his head. He comes out. All of a sudden, he's awake. He's out at the bay, and he's pacing around in the lobby now. And he's just, like, pissed. But he doesn't say nothing, and he's shaking his head. And he doesn't say a word. He's just he doesn't say anything to the crew, or they don't say anything to him, the woman or the man, because they think he's kind of weird. But he's in the lobby now, shaking his head, pacing back and forth, just shaking his head, like he knows what's going on. But you can't tell that, and he hasn't said anything.
Okay,
so that's the way.
Yep. Can I ask the captain just to inform them of the little joke that's awaiting them in the airlock, that it's not actually real?
Yeah, we'll
just
let
in
them
case
know
they decide to get aggressive about that.
Yeah, we tell them don't worry about the laser robot in the airlock. It's purely for show. It's just for looking at.
So he says to you, so you guys are going to exit out? The whole crew. He wants the whole actual crew to exit out. And he says maybe sidearms, but no heavy guns, please. Your sidearms are welcome.
Why do you want us to exit out?
He wants the whole crew to meet by the hatchway. He wants to meet you and discuss that, and then bring the furniture out.
Oh,
and remove the furniture. He wants the crew. He wants the actual ship crew. Bring the furniture down. Open up your
absolutely.
Who's asking?
He wants to meet the whole crew. He says it over the internet. You see this guy, the guy in the black shades and the suit. He like opens up his cell phone and he's in direct communication with Pierre. I want to meet the captain. We got the message that you're the carriers, and we got all the signals. We're glad that you did it. We'd like to meet the crew and get our cargo, and then we can discuss business from there.
Yeah, we'll carry. Yeah, sure. We'll carry the cargo out, and meet the local gangsters and have tea and.
You come up. Stoney comes out with the combat armor, and one of the big mercs comes up to him, and this is like tech level 15 battle dress shit. This is like Halo outfit type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of taps on it and goes, "Nice old fashioned combat armor," and giggles. And he steps back, and he kind of giggles, and you realize these guys are carrying like plasma gun man portables.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're carrying.
Yeah, that's totally okay, because the whole point of it wasn't to try to impress them; it was try to keep my identity secret, because I don't want them knowing who I am.
So he giggles a little bit. He says, "Captain, what's your name?" The man says, you can't see his eyes. He's got the black shades on. He goes, "What's your name, Captain?"
Is he talking to Stoney?
He's talking to you. You're the captain.
Oh,
It's your boat here.
They call me Cal.
Cal. He sticks out his hand to shake your hand. He even takes off his black glove. An honor to meet you, Cal.
Well,
good
to meet you.
My name is Jack Spencer, and this is my place. And he says, and I am quite a businessman. And now that you're here,
no good sitting starts with it now that you're here.
Yeah, can I
he
make
opens it up and he says to you, "Here's your 400,000 credits." But he says,
cool.
These guys they're loaded with their guns. I'm not one to. I like people that like to work for me. And now that you're here and you're working with me, I have another job for you. And I have some weapons that I need hauled, and I'm willing to pay you. You're gonna have to come back after you drop off your passengers.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And load your ship, but it's about 50 tons worth of cargo, and I'm gonna need you to take it to Zimbaya, which is 2 parsecs.
2 parsecs down. Okay. Yeah, how soon do they need it?
Well, they're going to need. I know your ship's only capable of jump 1, and we're going to disguise these. This will be. It'll be agricultural goods, and you're going to be taking agricultural goods to Zimbaya. Zimbaya is directly 2 jumps rimward, and that's where I'm going to need you to go. And once you deliver them there, there'll be a man there, and I'll give you this disc. It's a disc just like that. You're good at following orders. I see you put the disc in when you said. I see you listen to what we said. And you see he's like has this authority, the way he's talking to you, like, and he's also talking to you like, you work for me now. You're going to make a lot of money, but you work for me. But there's this tone about it, like you're kind of locked in now as a mule. But he also is very friendly. He says, "We have a feast here for you when you come back. I know you have to get your passengers back. You're just refueling. You're skimming. And when you take off," he says, "but we have a feast here." And all of a sudden you see these just knocked-in girls come out of this room. I mean, they're like that Star Trek episode where where Kirk melted when he looked at them, where they took pills.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one? Yeah, they look at you, you guys just start melting. You're like, wow.
I just lean over and whisper in the captain's ear, "Keep it in your pants."
He's like, whoa. Even
No, Stoney doesn't.
Jonesy and Chug are just like, whoa. They want to merc on that. They're like, whoa.
Well, ladies,
I'm gonna say my famous line from the other game. So far, so good.
So you have your 400,000 credits on top of it, and he wants this load hauled, so you won't have any.
All right, so how many tons of guns?
He says
There's 50-ton crates of cargo, and it's disguised as grain and agricultural goods. You'll have to come back to get them before you part. And he says, no passengers this time. He wants 2 of his guys to go with you on this load. And the guys he wants to go with you, he's pointing to them. These are the guys in the battle dress suits. They take off their helmets once they meet you, and they are some gruesome-looking dudes. You notice right away that they're high-end mercs. You both, Jonesy and Jug, realize that these guys are special ops. They're even above and beyond them. they're sort of like Rambo type of guys. These are top dollar nasty mercs. And you notice that one of them's got a tattoo on their neck, and it's like the death seals. They were definitely on some of the war fronts. The tattoo means they were like reptilian slicers in the war on the other side. And these guys, they're just vicious. But we each want our own stateroom, and we're taking, and they point, and they're coming with us. He says, life support will be provided for my guys, and we'll fuel you up on life support when you come back. So for all your crew, and you make this trip, there's a mega credit in it for you if you get this cargo safe.
You guys want to do pee?
Okay, yeah, sounds good to me. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back, shortly.
There, you would take off out of you guys out. You're paid.
Yeah. So yeah, Pierre. So we 400,000.
You're not serious, Steve, are you? Oh
Yes.
What?
Oh, you PM me, hey? You PM me? Yeah.
Yes.
It's a whisper.
Dave whispered you.
Okay. So you guys are all cleared up, and you're on your way out of the bid, and so he meets the whole crew. He's sizing you guys all up. And
I try to look unintimidating as possible.
They definitely know your mercs, but they seem respectful, because you're all soldiers, but they don't seem to be interested in anything other than they're not afraid of you at all, but they're definitely respectful of both of your positions. So you're gonna head
but I
back.
want them to think I'm a wimp and that I'll pee my pants at any sight.
Okay. So you would depart, and you're going to head to the starport without any issue.
Yep.
So you're at the starport. You drop the rest of the cargo off. There is no issues. You're given correspondence. So what are we all going to do from there? Steve, are you going to go your way?
I'm going to go and see if I can find anything on tech files or anything on anything that we know about the reptilian engineering, maneuver, power stuff, just to start getting ready for when we go back and scavenge off that ship. That's going to be my first thing, try to hunt down anything like that.
Okay. So yeah, you can't find much of anything on it. Since being an old naval officer, you could check with the scout base and see what they know about
I'll
it.
go there.
You do find out that based on the information you have, that those were jump drop war vessels. That was a jump drop. That was a reptilian jump drop war vessel.
Right,
They'd send them out in fleets. They'd pop out and act like fighters, and then they would jump out.
Right.
They would sort of like do raids and leave.
Did they have any knowledge about the usual capacity of how many individuals it held?
Like they said, they had 3 staterooms and 3 guys, usually an engineer, an ace pilot, and a gunner.
Okay.
So that looks like that was what it had.
Okay.
You don't know anything about it, but you do believe, based on what you've seen in your engineering background, you do believe that they were somehow doing some kind of controlled miss jump. Somehow they based on what fried out, they were misjumping intentionally. And because the fuel had enough capacity to jump twice, but somehow they were using a miss jump, trying to do some kind of controlled miss jump strategically.
Okay.
But that's all that you know for sure. And they had some kind of equipment to do it.
I'll investigate that fully later on. But yep. Otherwise, I'll just carry on with everything else.
Okay. Anybody else? What are you doing in port?
I want to see if we can figure out what kind of spare parts we need to get to repair the combat robot.
How do you guys private message on here? Just curious.
How do you what? Private?
Yeah.
/ Wisp W and then a space and then the person's name. You start it off in game, and then you usually get a list of how you can.
/ would be like. Wait a minute. Oh shit.
It's the bottom key on the right by the same as the question mark.
Okay.
The shift key. So / W, a space, and then you start typing a name, you'll get a drop-down list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how you do Secret Whisper to a player. One question now: the low birds were paying $1,000 flat for the 2 parsec trip. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's per trip, not per jump.
Okay, but the middles are paying per hex, per parsec.
Yeah.
So I make it a total. Yeah, I make it a total of 524,000 credits, and we didn't use 2 life support units because the kid was holding his breath or whatever in his trance, his hibernation.
Yeah.
So that's a savings too. So I'm real pleased with this accounting stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, we're in a high risk business if we stick with Crime Dude.
Well, yeah, but isn't it nice that we made such a good contact so quickly?
Yeah, 3 months of mortgage, I'd say at least.
Well, and then we're gonna get a mega credit for carrying farm equipment.
Guns.
Oh yeah.
Agricultural goods, yeah.
Farm equipment. Farm equipment.
Oh, it's farm equipment. Okay, farm equipment.
Agricultural goods.
Agricultural goods.
Yes.
So that'll be nice. And then, I'm a little ambivalent about telling him about the Dragon Lord stealth base in the middle of nowhere between Agweed and Linz.
We don't tell him. Maybe we should tell ICW.
W.
Okay, your ship is parked and all. What you do notice, though, is that the scouts have taken an interest in your ship. There's a couple scout guys there and said, "Where have you come from?" There seems to be a scout commander. He comes on up to you. He says, "Who's the captain of this vessel?" This is the Venetian Wind, right?
Yeah.
Who's the captain?
I am. Who's asking?
I'm concerned about your ship. I'm wondering where exactly you came from.
Oh, it's a fine ship. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Okay. So where is your manifest? Where are you heading to? Are you picking up any cargo, or what are you doing here? What's your plans? I see you dropped off freight that we've needed, and we're greatly appreciative of that. And I see you dropped off some passengers, a young man and a woman and a man. Beyond that, I don't know. How was your jump event? How was your trip? Was there any issues with your trip? Anything of any concern that we should be aware of?
No.
Well, you can't say we jumped the
normal
first leg. Yeah, but say it like this: we jumped the first leg, and then there was nothing wrong. We then for the second leg, and now we're here. See?
We dropped off those passengers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're so good at lying.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Well, it's because when the captain suddenly got all interested in the rock, I knew that he was under bad psychic influences. So there was nothing wrong. Everything was A-okay.
How do you private message again? I can't do it.
/ under the question mark.
/
W.
Capital
Space. And then you type in the name of who you want to speak to, and it's the game name, not their personal name, unless that's what they've used on their. So you've got either Jug, Verbal, Calmaras, Cowboy, or Stony.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You got to drop down. I guess you may have to. Let's see how it works. You have to click it. Yeah, you got to click a thing below. Oh no, it'll fill in automatically, I think.
Yeah, it can do.
Or no, you have to click it. I have to click it. If I just start a name, it'll give a list, and then you just have to click the name with your mouse, and then type a message after the name.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Works good. All right. So as of right now, he's like a chief scout. He seems to be curious about you, like something's not amiss. He says, "Okay, Captain," but you still sense something weird with him. And then he says, "On about your day, are you getting some cargo, or are you doing anything?" And
Well, we thought we'd check and see what was available. I mean, it's a Type B.
Right, well, have a good day.
It's a Type A starport, so yeah, we'll check and see what's available.
Sounds good, Captain. He says, "Well, hopefully we'll you have a safe trip, whatever you decide to do. It's a beautiful old little free trader. It looks like it's in solid shape. And you have a good day." And he goes on about his business.
Okay. Well, we also work out repairs for the dents and scratch paint and shit like that.
Yes, I've had a look. It's not pretty. I'm not happy. You narrowly missed the port vent. Otherwise, we would have a lovely gash along there.
Yeah, but we've got salvage rights on a 100-ton alien ship that goes really, really fast and goes really, really far.
And we've yet to get back to it and also be able to scavenge it. Roughly how much is it going to cost to get this repair done, and how long?
Oh, the repair is...
Can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it. It's just some scrapes. It's just some touch-up. It isn't any real damage. You can do it pretty promptly.
Okay, so I'll go
Here's
and...
a character. See if you can get a tone of paint that's slightly different than what's already on there.
Really?
So, Stoney, you're out. Okay.
Okay, I will go and get some shades of paint. Though, if the ship is painted red, I'm going to get pink.
So, Stoney,
well, no, it's painted yellow. I mean, the one you pulled up was painted.
Okay, yellow. Okay, yellow, so I'm going to get baby ship brown. That's a slightly different color.
Yeah, and paint it gives it character. It makes it look like an old beat-up ship.
Looks like a
I mean, if we're
ship.
gonna be smugglers, we gotta look like smugglers. We don't want to be. We don't want to look like the Hardy Boys smugglers.
Yeah, and you're painting it shit brown.
Yep.
It'll darken in space. Don't worry.
You don't need the whole ship, but actually, one of the maintenance guys in the ship directs you. He says, if you want to do this painting issue, he says you can pick up the ship and on the far end of the island of the island chain, there's this area where you guys can land it down and do the painting repairs. He directs you to do that, which seems kind of odd to you, but he directs you. You could take the ship and take off from the main port and go down to this other little area way off on the end of the island chain. They're floating chain islands.
Why would we do that?
He said, well, that's where there's some paint and equipment there, and we can get it done real quick for you down there if you do that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I thought we were just going to do it ourselves, but yeah. I'll leave that up to the engineer since he...
So what's this guy's name?
His name is Ryan, and he does a lot of our service stuff here. He can help get you the paint and get you for basically nothing. You can do the work down there, and then you won't be putting off any fumes and dealing with it here in the main port.
Rightio, Ryan.
Okay.
So you guys you're gonna actually manually pick up the ship, and you fly it slowly over, and you land it. This area of the port seems to be more of a rugged type of area. There's buildings. It's a little decrepit, but there's a spot where to land it, and there's some service facilities there, and he tells you to land the ship there.
Yeah. Just one thing, Captain. You realize if we engage now, we are going to be flushing the engines with unrefined fuel. At the moment, we could flush the tanks and fill up with refined fuel and not run that risk. What do you want to do?
Well, we want to get refined fuel, of course.
So, okay. So we'll get rid of the stuff that we got off the ocean before you go down to this island.
And you load up with refined fuel at 500 a ton, which is 44 tons, is 22,000 credits. You can subtract, whoever's got the ledger can subtract that. You change, you're loaded with full fuel. Actually, 2 jumps. You only burn 21, actually 41 tons. So whatever that adds up to be, 41 tons.
Cool.
That would
41 tons. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 20,500 credits.
20,500 credits, and you have completely refined fuel in the ship. So the ship is loaded with fuel. You move it down to be painting, and you guys are all with the ship. Steve, are you out? You're out working on the ship?
I am sticking very close to the ship. When I get out there, I'm really looking around. I ask Cowboy, using his tactic skill, just to check the area, please, because I've just got a really bad feeling about this place.
The paint island, does it have like paint splatters all over?
Ryan, and he gives
Sure, I'll look around, see if there's any ambushes.
You meet Ryan, and he gives you some paint, the equipment, and Ryan's like, he seems to be distraught with you, Stoney. There's something about him that seems to be odd. And he says, well, here's the paint, here's the equipment you need. Are you going to be working on it? So do you need a hand? I could give you a hand on it.
I think I can do it. Hopefully nothing will happen to me while I paint the ship, you know, like fall off and break my neck.
Why so suspicious? These are friendly islanders.
Yeah, we haven't got there yet.
So did the kid get off and leave, or what happened to the kid and the old
kid left. The kid left. The old man left. They left when you hit port. They're gone. I don't know what happened with the kid. Okay.
Well, that's
All
just
right.
gross, Jug. Just gross.
I forgot my slash here.
What? She's the one who left behind.
Yeah, but now we're talking about condoms and all used condoms and like, oh, this is just gross. I don't even know what you cleaned out. Okay, right.
All I found was the panties, and I threw it at Jug as a joke, and he seems to have liked them. So
that's just like, I'm really getting upset with the rest of this crew.
You can put them on Wilson.
Whatever floats your boat, man. I know where to put those.
Okay, so you're out there on the port, and you're out there painting. Are you out there working and painting on it, or no?
Yes, I am.
Is there any cost to this paint stuff and equipment rental or whatever?
So Steve's out there working alone. Is Ryan working with you? Do you have Ryan help you, or no?
I have got Cowboy out with me.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not working. I'm just looking out.
You're working just fine, and all of a sudden, bam! You hear an assault rifle, and you see a bullet about 6 meters.
No, I was looking out.
The ship. So then you don't know where it's coming from yet, but there's something just shot at you. So you're working on the ship.
Yeah, but I was on the lookout. I was actually watching.
You're gonna do your recon skills. Can you do a recon roll?
I don't have recon, but I got tactics. Maybe I can handle it. Do you want me to do the intelligence as well?
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll. You see a guy up on top of one of the buildings, and he's got a gun, and he's aiming and shooting. A shotgun would be too far. It's about long range. It's over 50 meters. Looks like he has an assault rifle, and he's aiming towards you and Steve. The bullet's bouncing around.
Yeah, I'll grab Stoney's collar and get him into cover.
Excellent. And then I turn and say, and that's why I'm suspicious.
Captain, your phone's ringing. All of a sudden, you have a cell phone on you, and it's ringing.
Luckily, I brought my assault rifle, so maybe I can.
Okay, well, I answered the phone.
Hey, that'll be a private message. You answered your phone while you're in the ship. What's your guy's name again? Jesus.
Let's see.
Cal, K-A-L. You should get the rest of
We've
the
got
name
so
there.
many names.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a nice huge jagged pink, whatever color we chose, baby shit brown, that goes along the paint that I did, and then where I've been pulled along down there, I just kept the paintbrush going. It's got this lovely jagged thing across it.
Yeah.
Well, do you want a good job or to be alive?
No. I just like the fact that it did that, because I'm running into the ship. One hand's got the paintbrush, the other hand's got my shotgun, because I carried that with me.
Your shotgun's out of range, but this guy's still going to take another pack shot on you.
I know.
I've got an auto rifle.
You have your auto rifle?
Am I aware of this guy shooting?
Yeah.
Did you tell me where he was? Okay. I'm running into the gun turret and looking for him.
You run into the gun turret. You could aim the gun turret at him and blast off a laser blast if you want to real quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me try to shoot him. I want to shoot my assault rifle.
The assault rifle?
Yeah, how far away is he?
He's over 50 to 100 meters. He's at long range. He's up on top of a building aiming down.
So I got a +2 skill and auto, +2 because of the bonuses, high dex. Or is that a typo +2?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys.
See, if we had a reptile missile, he wouldn't be having this conversation with us.
That's right.
But we do have laser turrets.
Yeah.
With sandcasters.
Ow, sandcaster in the atmosphere. Ouch.
So are we waiting or should I just roll? What's going on?
I guess you're waiting, matey.
Wait to see what Jerry wants.
Nice shot. We'll see.
We're almost 4 hours into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes away from it.
Yep.
All right, you guys, hold on 1 minute. We're almost 4 hours into,
Pierre's still holding. He's holding on for dear life.
we're almost 4 hours into the game, and
You want to make it a cliffhanger or
I'm
what?
holding on.
we could make it a cliffhanger. This has been fun.
I hate cliffhangers.
Love cliffhangers.
2-week cliffhangers suck because you forget what was going on.
I'm writing down everything. I'm even.
I've got a recording so you can see it.
Holy shit!
But I'm not going to have time to watch the recording.
Just watch the last few minutes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or write really good notes.
Don't worry, the group will remember, and I'm certainly noting down all these things, and I'm being like a freaky accountant with the big savings. You know, ooh, I saved a whole 2 life support units. That's almost 2,000 credits. Wow.
You got to be alive to spend it, though.
Yeah.
Oh well, if somebody shoots you, I'll just refigure the accounting. We'll save even more on life support
Thank you
each
for
trip.
being so thoughtful of me.
Each jump will save 1,000 or 2,000 if you both go. But if you spend a lot of bullets, don't shoot too much before you go.
Okay.
That'll cut into our bottom line. But it's pretty good. So come on, I'm joking. Of
Well,
course.
as of right now, this guy's shooting at you. Justin, you're going to take the pulse beam and take a shot at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got an 11.
Nice.
I rolled a 11.
Oh my God. You guys just see a beam laser go from the turret and it just vaporizes this dude. It puts a big hole in the top of the building and you just see this dude
Oh my
vaporize.
God.
I mean, you see
Shot the building.
second, and you just see
Get in!
I'm in, and I turn to the captain and say, "And how are you going to explain this?"
Captain, we're leaving. We gotta leave.
Yeah.
and from there,
I tell Stoney, fuck the paint job, we're out of here.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got half of it done.
Let's just
Who fired? I'm going to do some censoring here.
He fired first. Well, the atoms that are dispersed in the atmosphere now fired first.
I got him, guys.
so at the-
Awesome. I go up to Jugs where he is and put my hand through the hatch and give him a low five.
Okay, so we fired and vaporized him, but we're kind of making a scene. I wonder if this is, if we're going to have these incidents happen all the time if we're part of the drug world
You're
now.
still on the phone, Stoney.
No, we're gonna have these things happening all the time because we're playing Traveler. I mean, come on, man.
I think this is a good stopping point. This isn't a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is probably a good stopping point. We'll go ahead and get in the ship and dip in the water under the auspices of going undercover.
Getting lost.
So Jug returned fire and vaporized the dude.
And part of the
And then
building.
we'll go pick up some guns.
Oh, I would have hit him.
Okay.
I just would like to say, Captain, do you think it's a good idea to pick up those guns given what's just happened to us?
Well, yeah. What worries me more is the heat. These scouts and Fuzz and the Fuzz are asking questions every time we land. Now it's like they're following us, and we're gonna have some. I hope it's not some sort of intelligence agent who meets us at every port we land and goes, "Hey, my friends, how you doing?" That sort of thing. I mean, it's obviously such false friendly, police types.
Spencer's still on the phone with you, but he's
What the hell?
the dial tone goes dead, Captain. And this is where you're at right now. So you guys aren't worried about the paint. You still have to get your load of goods. You're still on the planet. You're at this odd corner doing a ship repair. It seems so things seem strange. You have to wear your filter masks, but the climate's temperate. And you're on Monday. You're on Monday. And I think from here we will meet. You can stop the live session, and we will meet in a fourth night.